Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to this very special super masterclass that's really needed right now. I mean, at a time when, if we ever needed it, I would say now is that time. I'm going to make sure that we got everything queued up because I'm really excited about our topic today. I'm really excited about the change we're going to make, and I'm really excited about how we're going to make a much bigger difference in the world than we've ever made before. And when you think about as a business owner, you think about as an entrepreneur, you really think about the challenges you have. There's a lot out there. But what I like to do on this particular masterclass is make sure that we create something that we can do today and not worry about tomorrow. And isn't that what you want to do at the end of the day? I'm going to make sure, let me go ahead and get this put up here now. I think I broadcast to another page, but that's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about that, everyone. We're going to work that out in just a second. So we're going to get geared up. Let me just make sure I have everything that we need going on right now, which I believe we do. So this should be super duper amazing. Do me a favor as you're coming on, just make sure I'm coming through loud and clear. I'm checking the microphone on my side. By the way, I'm checking the microphone on my side, just making sure that I can hear it. And if you can hear me, by the way, just type number 1 right below. Just type the number 1, and that's the bat signal that I can be heard right now. And looks like I'm getting the green light that we can be heard. So that's super amazing. Let me see. Okay, Kim, Dorsey, I see you guys are all popping on. I'm going to make sure in just a second that we can see what we're doing, and I think we can. So just do me a favor. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to get going. A lot of moving parts. We're going to show some things today that we've never done before. We're going to expand our comfort zone. We're going to be talking about how to create. This is going to be fun. Create a client winning sales funnel. Now, I'm going to make sure that we can broadcast this. We checked this earlier. This didn't work. So let me just double check. Yes. Okay, cool. I'm playing around with some cool stuff that we have going on. So if you want to know what we're doing, we're just getting queued up. I should have said we're starting right now. But for those folks that are tuning in, some folks are looking right below the video and you're hitting number 1. Let me know that you can hear me, which I thank you so much for doing that. And let's go ahead and get kicked off because this is going to be something different. I want you to get a paper. I want you to get a pen. I want you to relax, but I want you to do 2 things. One is I want you to be ready to learn and do. And today, my whole focus, or this morning or this afternoon or whatever time it is for you, my whole focus really is to show you how to put together your client winning sales funnel. And we're going to do that in one day. So we're going to do it in the time we have. And then I'm going to show you how you can monetize what you're doing as well. So that's going to be really cool. So I think I'm getting the cue here. Let me check here. If you guys can hear me, I think you guys are putting that right below that you can hit me. If you can hear me, to say, Shay, we hear you. I'm refreshing my browser. It went a little slow here. Or just hit number 1. Sometimes if you just hit number 1, it'll post a little faster. I don't know why. And then we're going to get this thing going. Okay. Everything should be in the group now. So folks that are in the group should be in the group. Yep, we just started. We're just getting going now. Okay, good. I can see we can hear you. Thanks a lot. What's going on, Anna? What's going on, Amber, Jacqueline, Kim? What's up, Kim? Dorsey Hill. So many folks. Okay, let's go ahead and kick this off right now. How we created a client-winning sales funnel in one day with this 3-step system without losing 8 hours of sleep, throwing my laptop out the window, or having to max out a credit card. Now, how many folks out there as you're listening right now, you're like, Shay, I've been there, done that. I've had to max out a credit card. I've tried to build these funnels and these other pieces, and there's so many moving pieces to it, and it is. But can you just give me a simple formula that I can do? The answer to that question is yes. We're going to do that in just a second. But let me make sure that you're all aware as you're tuning in. This is very important because there's a problem that exists. And the problem that exists is that folks really want to solve problems in the world, but the big problem they have is attracting the right people to them. And then on top of that, being able to walk them through a process. And why do I say that? Why do I say that? Why that's so important to me? Because 96% of visitors to your website aren't ready to buy anything yet. Jot that down in your notes, 96%. That doesn't mean that they're never going to purchase. It just means they're not going to do it on the first visit. So I'm having a conversation. I'm talking to someone and they're like, Shay, you don't understand. I don't know, she's probably about 13 to 20 different type of free gifts that she was giving away. And her concern was that some folks would get to the page because her web person was sharing that they were at the page, but they really weren't taking action. And it wasn't that they weren't ready to buy. And I explained to her that 96% of folks who first get to a website, and that might be you, when you first get to a website, it doesn't mean you're going to buy right there. It just means that you have an interest, you might have a want, or you may have a need. Now, this is very, very important. So if that's the case, Shay, why is she struggling? Because here's what we have to do. And there's several ways that I'm going to share how to do this. Everyone jot this down in your notes, and you can put this right below the video. If you're over in the group over at Desk, at CEO Desk, I'm going to suggest that you go there. I'm going to be posting notes there. We'll be doing more broadcasts right from CEO Desk, by the way. So all of you are watching here, we love the Happy Entrepreneur Show. I'm so honored that we're broadcasting right here live now. But we have to stand out from the crowd. Now, when you say stand out from the crowd, Shay, can you break that down from me? Because I know how to write an email. I have my ebook to give away. I have my special report to give away. I have a 5-part video series, Shay. I've got a lot to go away. But here's what I'm not hearing. Ching, ching. Here's what I'm not hearing. Ching, ching. I'm not hearing that noise. Or I'm not hearing notification of payment received. Excuse me? Notification of payment received. I'm not getting that right now, Shay. And why is that? Well, when you are sending out emails, and I got a complaint. It was just today, by the way. It's not the first time. I was probably not going to mention the person's name. And they're like, Shay, you send me an email like every day. They didn't say that because I didn't hear them. But that's what their all caps said back to me. So I kindly sent them a note back. And I wrote a note back and said, well, I see an email to share how we can best serve you or to put resources in front of you that may benefit you. If it's not a good fit, it's okay to opt out. The person called me. Now, it's someone I know. Like, we're not like buddies, but we know through environment and so forth. So they called me and they said, why did you say that? And in so many words, what I shared with them was, I'm just trying to help folks. And I only want to help folks who want to be helped. I only want to be a resource for them. So why does this mean stand out in the crowd? I said, look, the reason that I use email is that it works. First of all, it's free. I have Infusionsoft. We got a lot of systems, obviously, but we got Infusionsoft. So I can send an email and it doesn't cost me anything to be able to communicate with people who may have an interest, want, or need. I'm not always selling them something. That's not what I'm doing. But I told the person this. I said, the day it stops working is the day I stop doing it. And I asked him, I said, why didn't you just unsubscribe? Why'd you call? I'm just curious. After we chatted for a while, the person said, because I didn't want to miss anything. Sometimes it might be something I want to see. I just don't want to see it every day. So I said, okay, well, here's what we'll do. We'll delete the ones you don't want and the ones you want, keep. But this particular one, this person's probably listening right now. I didn't say your name, so don't call me. And I'm not going to put you on blast. I would never do that. But the point I make is you've got to stand out from the crowd. The average email user receives 147 emails per day and deletes 71 of them right off the bat. That takes less than 5 minutes. And some of you know what I'm talking about where you're sitting there and you start going through it and saying, you know what? Click. Let me go ahead and sign off of this thing right now. Let me go ahead and delete this one. Ooh, that looks interesting. I'm going to have to come back. That one stood out in the crowd. We're going to talk about that. Because if you are truly to have a online business, if you're truly to build business in this digital space, if you're truly looking to expand your business outside the comforts of the 4 walls you live in, There's two things you need with 100% certainty. I haven't even got started yet. I'm on a rant. I haven't even got started, but I want you to put this in your notes because this is what drove me this week. It drove me more than it's ever driven me before. And I'm there now, and I'm going to share it with the world. Two things. Go ahead and jot these two things down in your notes. You can put this in your notes. If I am going, matter of fact, let's just try something cool. Let's try something cool. They gave me this new toy, so I've got to see if I can use this new toy. So here is the note. I'm putting a note because it's so important. If you want to build an online business, there are two things that you need. Two. How many did I say? Two. There are two things you need with 100% certainty. You need to master or get really good at. For those that can't see what I'm writing copywriting. So you've got to get really good at copywriting. Go ahead and jot that down. Everyone put that down in your notes right now. Put that down in your notes right now. And number two, this is very important. The second thing you've got to get really good at are funnels. Now, obviously, the overarching theme is sales. But I want you to know that if you're truly to make money in this online space, this is a training session, that there are two things you've got to get good at. Someone do me a favor, put that right below the video. You've got to get really good at copywriting, or your team, not you, your team. And copywriting is the words that you're using. I'll get into that a little later. But you got to get good at copywriting. And number two, you've got to get good at what? Funnels. So you got to get good at copywriting, and you have to get good at funnels, because you now have a distinction. A distinction is an understanding beyond common knowledge. You now know that 90% of visitors to your website aren't ready to buy anything yet. Got it. Doesn't mean they're not going to buy. It just means they're not ready. Got it, Shay. You now understand you got to stand out from the crowd in your emails. If the average person gets 147 emails, I promise you, between you and you probably get like 500. I probably get about 1,000. Literally. I don't have that many, but I get a heck of a lot. I get a couple pages on Gmail of email. Here's something else that's really important. Oh, you can't see that. I thought you could see it. Oh. Here's something that Harvard Business Review recently said. Someone said, Shay, why are you focused on copywriting? Why are you focused on funnels? Why are you focused on sales? Let me tell you why. The number one reason why is that I know with 100% certainty that if you are truly to have an online business, if you're truly going to do that, if you're truly going to wake up with the inbox of your dream clients and paid invoices, you've got to get really good at copywriting. Your team has to have that as a fundamental principle, and you've got to have the right sales funnels in place. If that doesn't exist, it's over. It's like it doesn't even matter. Here's what Harvard Business Review said, and I want to share this with you because this is really important. And for all of you who are tuning in out there, you know that I've been on this mission, right? I want to create this resource hub for CEOs to come together. And that's the conversation we're having. And we'll have more of these. But Harvard Business Review showed that companies who tried to contact a lead within an hour of receiving the inquiry were almost 7 times more likely to close the sale. Shay, can you put that in English for me? Can you put the Puff Daddy remix version on that? Because I'm not sure I quite get that. I'm trying to make this thing plain. I don't want y'all to get caught up in anything else but what I'm saying right now. Listen very carefully. Harvard, you've got to respect Harvard for all that it is and for all that it represents, and the institution of knowledge and the folks that do these in-depth researches. So they went out and they looked. And this is why a funnel is important. You already know you need it. I'm not even trying to convince you that, but I'm trying to let you know that now more than ever, like this week, today is your January 1st. You're going to get this thing right. Harvard Business Review says within an hour, Shay, within an hour. If you are contacting, which means you have an automatic AI bot, that's artificial intelligence. We're working with a client now, have an artificial intelligence on their page. If someone goes to the page, even if they don't opt in, there's this little box that pops up and it has a conversation with them. That's a contact. That might not be happening for you right now. Or as soon as they contact you online or offline, you look up and you find out, guess what you have now? You've got a text message that just went out. Some of you, as soon as you register, you get a text message, you get a phone call, you get an email, but you've got to do it within 1 hour of it happening, because if you don't do that, then there's a problem. Whether it's email, phone call, artificial intelligence, a Facebook message, a LinkedIn message, an Instagram message, some type of media contact, a video, I went and opted in for a free gift, and I was really pleased. I got a video back. And that video inspired me, for some of you who registered and you're watching now, it inspired me to make sure I engage more with videos. And there's something called I don't have time to get into that. Rehumanizing your business. Someone make a note of that. Rehumanizing your business. And it's a book that I've recently been read, and it gets all back to this contact. And there's a gentleman by the name of Eric Swanson who does that so great, man. He's just amazing at how he's able to do that. And so I want to go ahead and share one last interesting fact. And in order for many of you to grow your business, this is not applied to everybody, because we allowed, anyone who forwarded this message out, who got the VIP pass, we're allowing you to watch, right? Or someone told you about it. But in order for your business to grow, don't call me and ask me, how do I grow my business? In order for your business to grow, don't say, Shay, no one told me how in this new economy. There isn't a new economy. There isn't a pivot. It is what it is. We understand the circumstances, very serious times, but if the economy never shifted the way it is right now, my belief is the fastest, easiest way to grow your business was really to build a good sales funnel. Period. End of story. If you want to reduce your labor, if you want to reduce your time, if you want to make a big difference in the world, you've got to have a good sales funnel. And I got something to share with you right now. If yours isn't up to par, now, not tomorrow, but now is the time to really shape it up. If you're out there right now, you're like, Shay, this resonates with me. Shay, I feel you. Shay, I'm getting some golden nuggets. Just let me know that you're getting some value. Here's what I'd like for you to do. Just look right below the video and just put your number one takeaway so far. Or just put good job. Use the hashtag CEO Desk. Use the hashtag CEO Desk. From one CEO to another CEO, from another entrepreneur to another entrepreneur. Just put hashtag CEO Desk. And that just means you're getting some value. For those to say, yes, Shay, I feel it, hit the share button. Just hit the share button. Hit the watch party button. And when you hit that share button, pay it to another entrepreneur. Share it into your community. Share it to someone else. And when you do that, you can just write those words. Serve more now. Hashtag CEO Desk. This is not about, making more money. It's not yet about selling more. It's about how can we serve more people with the talent, with the expertise, with the experience, and with the gifts that God has given us. How do we do that without our labor? And so hit the share button. Hit the watch party button. Someone just hit the heart button. Hit the heart button and say like. Just look right below the video and put hashtag CEO Desk. This is just a resource hub. We hanging out. I don't have anything. I'm not got no big O at the end. Here's something you got to get. This is just us having a conversation, working on our business. Why? Because I've been dealing with it the last 30 days. I'm like, that's enough. We got to go from this desk to someone else's desk as a CEO out there. We've got to help them. And that's why I showed up. That's why I'm here today. So the fastest way to grow your business is what? Is with a good sales funnel. And I said earlier, and I'm going to say it one more time, and then we're going to get to the next point. I'm going to say it one more time. There are really two things you need with 100% certainty. If you're going to have an online business, you need two things. You need copywriting and you need funnels. Shay, why do I need copywriting and funnels? My mentor taught me one thing. Jot this down in notes. He said, Shay, here's why you need copywriting. Shay, here's why it's important. I want you to put this in your notes. He said, your words, I'm playing with this. I like this. Will make you. Y'all can't see that, can you? Can y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can see that. I don't like that. I don't like that green. Let me tell you. Your words will make you rich. Yeah, you can see that probably. Your words will make you rich. Why do you need copyright? He didn't say I had to be a good writer, by the way. This right here, this I believe is a $50,000 idea. You get this one idea between now and the end of your business career, and I promise you'll earn an extra $60,000 over and beyond whatever you're making today. Your words will make you rich. Your words in your videos, your words in your funnel, your words in your Facebook ads, your words on your LinkedIn profile, your words in your email, your words in your text messages, your words in your autoresponder, your words when you're doing an AI artificial intelligent bot, your words on your webinar. At the end of the day, we know for certainty, the reason why I put copyright in the number top, the reason I'm focusing on that, and I've been teaching neural linguistic sales now for a number of years. I'll tell my story later, but we've been teaching that. And so neural linguistic sales is a study of language patterns and how it impacts the sales process. But I said, there's so many places that it impacts that. So whether we're speaking it or we're writing it, our words can still, at the end of the day, our words can still make us rich. Well, Shay, that kind of begs the question, Shay. I'm just curious, Shay, and it comes up all the time. I got this on the call just yesterday. I mean, you talk about being funny. They said, why do funnels not work then? I've got, I'll say ClickFunnels and Infusionsoft and Entreport and Active Campaign and this and that and everything else, and I'm paying these monthly fees. Why don't funnels work? And I took some time to talk to her about a lot of things she needed, but I wish she might be listening on this conversation now. But I wish she was there, because she would know that the two things I just said is the number one reason why funnels don't work. It's because of copywriting. Number one, Russell Brunson, who owns ClickFunnels, wrote so many books, fabulous guy, has stated a number of times something that was very obvious. He said the number one reason that funnels fail is due to copywriting. They're not able to communicate the message clearly from the organization or the company, I'm paraphrasing, to the person who has a problem. Well, same thing as your words will make you rich. And so you may have tried a funnel or a lead magnet marketing tactics before. And maybe in life that happens. Sometimes they just don't work. Now, Shay, if they don't work, and you're saying it's about the copywriting in the sales funnel, can you break that thing down? Can you break it into some smaller parts for me? I'll be glad to do that real quick. I'll be glad to do that. Don't worry, we got the big bold claim that we're going to do in a minute. But problem number one, let me just give you just a few things that I'm seeing, and then we'll talk about what we're going to learn in this class. And for those folks that are out there, thanks for joining, by the way. I certainly appreciate it. Thank you to every single one of you who hit the share button. We believe in the giver's economy. The person outgives the competition, out earns the competition. If you're out there right now, you're like, Shay, just what you're saying makes sense. Do me a favor, look below the video, no matter where you are, if you're watching live or you're watching the replay, and just put a hashtag CEO Desk. Put hashtag CEO Desk, from my desk to your desk. It's just a way of acknowledging that we're going to share these resources. We're going to partner. We're going to collaborate. We're going to support each other. We're going to not compete, but be together. Isn't that what it's all about? So the number one reason, I should say number one reason, but problem number one that I'll mention, and I think this is so important for all those who put in hashtag CEO Desk. Thanks a lot. What's up, Crystal? What's up, Tanya? What's up, Venus? What's up, Arthur? Deronda, I see you. Peg DeShane in the house. Letitia, so much. Maddie, what's going on? Obiama. Hey, Obiama. Kevin D. Williams, it's been so long, man. Good to see you again. Kim Wyckoff. Ardina out there in California. Rakisha Pittman, what's up? Mother Dear's watching. What's up, moms? She's watching. Jessica Alexandra's out there. So many of you out there watching right now. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Hashtag CEO Desk. It's time to show up and show out and also have some fun. So the number one problem is some folks just aren't sure what your lead magnet should be. And just to make this simple, your free gift, your offer, some people call it a tripwire. It's so many names. At the end of the day, it's your first baby step. And I'm going to get into that in a little while. And so you know how to help people, but what part do you give away for free if that's your business model? I know that's not everybody's business model, so that's fine. Some of you say, nope, I don't give anything away. That's fine. Then, this conversation is still going to benefit you, by the way. Even if you don't give anything away for free at all, you just want everybody to pay for everything. That's fine. That's fine. I happen to believe in the giver's economy. I believe that they're not paying for just the information, or they could just go Google that. I believe they're paying for the perspective And so I think there's enough for everybody. I think there's enough. My good friend Andy Henriquez just recently, I got to get going. He was on the Happy Entrepreneur Show, and he was doing this teaching on storytelling, and he made this point. And I want to share it with you. He said this here, and I think it's so important. He said, let me paraphrase what he said. My new toy. I got my new toy. Let me paraphrase what he said. He said, everybody write this down. You've heard that content is king, right? Content is king. Everybody's been taught, go out and do some more content. Do some more content. I got to do some more content. Got to do some more content right now. Do more content. Do more content. But then Andy came back and said, Shay, I got news for everybody. I said, what's that? I got news for everybody. What's that? No, seriously, I got news. He said this. Here's what Andy said. Content He said, content is dead. I said, what? I never heard that before in my life. He said, Shay, I came to show up today to tell you that content is dead. And the reason that content is dead is if someone just wants to know something, if they just need to understand something, Shay, they can go, and this is not what I said. This is what Andy, I guess I should have put Andy Henriquez's name. Let me put Andy down so y'all think I try to take Andy's thing. Andy, I won't take it this time, but next time I use this saying, I'm going to use this. Andy Henriquez. I'll say Shay Brown said it. But anyway, he said content is dead, Shay, because anyone can go to Google and they can look it up. So right now, for all of you out there right now, if we were doing a test and I wanted to know what you know. Now, I might not be able to get your perspective. I remember that's what people want. But I want to know what you know. Here's what I would do. I would just go to Google. So you right now, if you focus on marketing, look right below the video and tell us what you do. Like, take a moment. I know these videos go live. This is a CEO desk conversation. So it's a training. It's a master class. But I still am just Shay Brown. I can't help it. I like to communicate. I like to hang out there with you. I like to be with the people. I like to be right there with you. I'm here. So you look right below the video. And I don't want you just to tell Shay Brown, but I want you to tell everybody else kind of what you do. So you just look right below the video and just put, I help people with marketing, or I help business owners with websites, or I help women with confidence, or put, I help people with funnels, or I help people tell their story. You take a moment, and for all the other CEOs that's out there right now, for all of them out there, you take a moment and you write down right now what you do. Just put, I help people do blank. Now, the reason we're doing that is I'm gonna bring it home, and I'm gonna share the point why content is dead, according to Andy Henriquez. And then we're gonna get back to this lead magnet. And the reason I wanted to bring it up, because some folks don't want to do the free model, and I'm not suggesting you do it. I'm just making a point, if I can, in just a second, because I happen to be a guy that believes that there's enough for everybody. And so as I do that, you go ahead right now and you put this down. Go ahead and put down what you do. And as you do that, I'm going to make the point that what? Content is dead. So we could go right now to Google and we could type in sales, and I can learn everything that I want to know about sales right now, right? Absolutely. And we can go to Google and we can type in transformation, and we can learn everything about transformation. We can go to Google right now and we can type in everything we want right now. This is why content is dead. You can get content from anywhere. I can go in and put in, how do I be a guitar player, right? I can go in there, let's use Andy's example. I can go in there right now and put down, I'm an author. I help you write books. And I could probably find all the information to help people publish books. Content is dead. Amber says, I empower women to increase their self-worth by increasing their net worth. Venus says, I help people save money on their health care. Kim Weicker said, I help small businesses and nonprofits, organizations with their human resource needs. Arthur says, I help entrepreneurs get extra exposure through getting as much media through magazines as they can. Daryl Miller's in the house. Clara says, I help people build wealth through property and ownership. See, content is what? Dead. So don't be so focused on just the content. I want you to be focused as much as you can on providing value, servicing, making a difference and a dollar at the same time. That's really what I want you to focus on, because at the end of the day, isn't that what it's all about? Yeah. Problem number 2 is copywriting is so hard. Now, I'm making a point here. What's the point we're making? Yeah, I'm making a point that maybe you tried funnels before and you want to know why they failed. And so I'm giving you a couple of reasons on why they failed. Problem number 2 is copywriting is hard. Like when you sit down and have to write out your sales page, it's hard. Unless you're like Peg DeShane, who's watching right now. She's a marketing strategist and helps small business create their content. So she knows what I'm talking about, that you got to put your perspective, which is what I'm going to do in just a moment here. But you feel like you have to hone your inner car salesperson. Like when you're writing it, you feel like you got to convince someone to do something they don't want to do. And you don't want to resort to having that type of manipulative tactic. I don't blame you. So we're going to break that down for you. We're going to share step by step why copywriting, how to make it easy, how to make it simple. I'm going to give you the formula that I use, those that follow me. And we're going to create that funnel that's going to work for you. And last, we might have to have a second section. Last, the third problem in the time I have that I want to share with you that most folks have is technology is overwhelming. And when they've got to use an API to connect with their merchant account, that has to connect with their database, it has to connect with the lead page, it has to connect with their text message system, which then has to connect with the artificial intelligence that has to send a signal to someone at their computer so they can respond when it comes through and so forth. It becomes like, oh my gosh. Oh. Technology gives you a headache. You just want to pick your stuff up and just throw it. I know I would just throw it out the window. I've been there before. I was just the other day. I want to take my laptop and just bounce it off the wall. The only thing that stopped me from doing is that I didn't want to have to buy a new one. So that stopped me. So I'm here to talk about really why we're here today and exactly what you can expect on the time we're here. And here's exactly what you will learn during this master class. You're going to learn how to capture leads, create quality appointments, and get clients. At the end of the day, I believe that's what a number of my clients want. It's what I've seen that they want. And we've got a couple parts that we're going to go over in the time that we have, by the way. We have a couple parts. Part one is the power funnel. So we're talking about how to fill your calendar with high qualified prospects. Actually, you should put that on there for me. High qualified prospects. We're talking about the irresistible offer, the right lead magnet to offer to your perfect ideal client. Like Linda Powell says, I help people take better care of themselves. Jennifer Alexandra that says, I handmade. I can't read that. Oh well, sorry. I hand make with love, decor, jewelry. Okay, I can't understand that. Sorry about that. Takesha says, I create divine and custom teas for special occasions. I feel you. I'm with you right now. So we're going to talk about lead pages. I'm going to really break down a page today. Like I'm not going to just talk about it. I'm going to pull one up and then I'm going to give you the formula that I've learned from my mentor here and my mentor here and my mentor there and 5,000 here and 10,000 here and $27 here. I'm going to bring it all together to talk about what we've been doing in the lab for clients for 15 years. And those folks that don't know a little bit of my story, I wasn't wired this way. I wasn't born this way. Sales is nothing I really wanted to do. But there was a defining moment, and some of you know my story, so I'm not going to go into the story, but there was a defining moment having worked for two companies my entire career, working for Citibank after undergraduate, and I went to Morgan State University. I knew that there was a time that I had to do something different, and I'll get into that, but let me get back to the masterclass. Because I wasn't wired this way, and we'll get into that maybe later. I want to move on. We'll go on to email automation. Talk to your leads with powerful email marketing. It could be text message marketing. It could be Facebook message marketing. It could be artificial intelligence marketing. And then we'll talk about how to drive traffic. I mean, and if I have time, I have to have two parts. But if I can get to it, I'm going to get to everything in the time we have. And at the end of the day, we all want to do what? We all want to serve. If you're here to serve, just do me a favor, just for fun. Just look right below the video Just look right below the video, and just if you're in a group, you can do it too. Just put it's time to serve. Oh no, don't put that. I am ready to serve. I'm gonna put that. I like that. I am ready to serve. For everybody that's ready to serve, let's do something special. Just put I am ready to serve. Now, this is so everyone that's watching know that they should connect with you. You're not just trying to sell everybody, but you're ready to serve. And then put hashtag CEO desk. But hashtag CEO desk. But I am ready to serve. Hashtag CEO desk. And that's the bat signal to other people that may want to collaborate with you. That's the bat signal for folks that are out there that at this time, oh, you couldn't even see it. At this time that you're ready to serve. You're ready to help other people. You're ready to make a greater difference in the world. And I told you when we got started, there's two things you need for certainty. You need copywriting and you need funnel. You need copywriting and you need a sales funnel. You need copywriting and you need a sales funnel. And I'm going to break it down for you for all those folks that are ready to serve, like Peg and Ardina and Regina and Lay. What's up, Lene Smith? Good to see you, by the way. And so many of you out there that are tuning in right now, this is your time. This is your moment. And this is what you've been waiting for. Someone just to break it down like me. Maybe I'm connected with some of you because, I'm just trying to have some fun right now. But I'm tired of having these conversations. So I said, why don't we have the conversations with what, Jay? Why don't we have the conversation with the whole world? We can do that. We can have the conversation with the whole wide world. You know why? Because it's time to get off the client feast, famine, roller coaster. It's time for us to do something different. It's time for us to build something that is dependable, something that is reliable, something that gives us what we call revenue stabilization point. Some of you already hit your revenue stabilization point. Some of you know what in the LL Cool J I'm talking about, right? When I say your revenue stabilization point, but when you think about it and you break that thing down, your revenue, oh, there you go. Your revenue stabilization, the revenue stabilization point, your revenue, hope you can read my hand right. Your revenue stabilization point is that point that you make that allows you to be able to bring in the money you need, not only to pay your bills, not only to pay your taxes, not only to save for retirement, but also to give to your community, give to whatever organizations you believe in. And that one product does it all by itself. All you need is just that one product. Make sure. Okay, yes. Okay, good. I just want to make sure that I got that right. Yep. Okay. Now, for some of you who are watching and hearing my name for the very, very first time, they told me to slow down. Let me just take a minute. Let me take a minute and tell you a little bit about myself and who I am. What's really important in about a minute or two is that I've only worked for two companies my entire career. I worked for Citibank after undergraduate, and I went to Morgan State University, which is in Baltimore, Maryland, and I didn't do sales, right? I didn't do sales. And then after finishing graduate school, I went to Johns Hopkins University. I worked for Verizon for the next 9 years, and that's not really what's important at all. It has nothing to do with anything. What is important is after I'd given my all to corporate America, after I had learned as much as I could learn on this journey where I thought I was going to be a corporate America guy, which I love corporate America, I walked into the office one day and they said, Shay, we have to let you go. And I got laid off. Not like now. These are challenging times. People are getting laid off for a lot of reasons. I got laid off because the company was just cutting back. And I couldn't understand that. So I found myself laid off. I decided I'm going to do something different. And maybe you decided to do this. Maybe you decided you're going to go out there and you're going to start your business. So you go down there that evening. I went to Kinko's, had some business cards made up. The next day I hung my shingle out the door and I called myself Shay Brown, better known as Coach Shay. I got started. How did you get started? Do you remember? Do you remember how excited you were? Do you remember that you couldn't just wait? And then after about 90 days in business, I was tired. I was frustrated. I was really struggling to get clients. And in short, I was out of money. And hence, I learned the golden rule in business. I believe it's the golden rule in business according to Shay Brown. And no one's validated me on this yet, but maybe one day they will. Jot this down in your notes. The golden rule in business is to never run out of money. I mean, in fact, that is the golden rule in business. Never run out of money. Put that in your notes. Never run out of money. And the only way I know not to run out of money, why am I thinking always so crooked? The only way I know not to run out of money is really to make more sales. Because when you make more sales, you make more money. And while money is not everything, you probably all would agree with me that cash flow solves so many problems. So I had to learn how to sell just to stay in business. And I wish the story ended. I'm going to end it there, but I want to tell you the defining moment, because I come home after I run out of money and my wife left me. My then wife decided she was gone. That's a tough part. Some of you have been through those times when the money is so tight, it puts pressure on everything else going around you. And that's why I'm glad you're here, because we're going to overcome that. And then my two sons decide they're going to come live with me. Normally your sons go with moms and you pay the child support, right? That's kind of how it works. They decided they were going to move with me. So now I'm a single dad. I'm going through a divorce. I'm running out of money. So I have no money. And then I'm sitting upstairs one day and I get the call and it says, Dad, guess what? And I said, what? Someone's still in the car. So I run downstairs. I look out the window. What's going on? What's going on? The guy with the tow truck. I give him the nod. He gives me the secret nod. All guys do it. I looked over at my son at that moment and I told him, don't worry. The car is just going to the garage. I lied. And it was in that moment of lying to my sons that I felt probably as low as you can feel. I felt like a failure as a father. I felt like a failure as a husband. I was clearly a failure as a business owner because it just wasn't going the way it was supposed to go. And I had the never again moment. Have you ever been in that situation? Have you ever been there before where you had the never again moment? That feeling, pin in your stomach where you tell yourself, never again will I find myself in a situation where I have to lie to my kids. Never again will I find myself in a situation where one client, just one client, makes the difference on whether or not I can pay my mortgage or not. It's called the never again moment. What was your never again moment? Write down right now. What was your never again moment? Just go ahead and write that down in your notes. You have to share it. In a group this large, we couldn't share it. But what was your never again moment? You know, my never again moment, I told myself never again would I have the cable cut off. I've had my cable cut off. Never again would I have my car repossessed. I had my car repossessed. Never again would I have to borrow money from family, and I'm embarrassed to tell you, friends, and I know that I can't pay it back. Never again. Never. Someone write down. Never again would this ever happen to me. And if you've been there before and you understand that when you decide to be a business owner, after you've had some fun, after you run around, after you've had a good time, after you've helped as many people as you can help, when you are doing that and you aren't selling, or you don't have a copywriting system, or you don't have a sales funnel, and you run out of money, then it is tough. And in that moment, I told myself, never again would I find myself in a situation. And so I was fortunate. I got an email from a guy I didn't know. You might not be that fortunate. And I took him up on an offer. It was $5,000. How much did I say it was? $5,000. I had to borrow $5,000 from a family member. Borrow. That means I owed it to my brother, who I never paid back. Don't laugh. Maybe you borrow some money from a family member, you ain't pay it back. I'm probably not alone, by the way. I thank God he trusted him. He may be watching right now. He lives right around the corner from me. And my mentor out in Rockland, California, 5 days, he started sharing with me how I could stay in business if I could learn how to serve, if I could learn how to sell. He said, Shay, you can stay in business if you can learn these skills. And I said to myself, is that possible? Is that something that I can learn? You mean me, little old me, I can learn how to do that? He says, yeah, anyone can learn how to do it. And so I started learning these skills, these selling skills I'm going to teach you. The same skills that I'm going to walk through with you, and I walk with thousands of clients. And then as I started learning those skills, I started teaching them. And maybe you found yourself in a situation like this. Once you learn something, someone is the bridge for you. You might have heard this. I grew up in a Pentecostal church, by the way, and my mom's a pastor, so I'm a PK kid, I guess they call it. But they often would say the preachers preach about more what they're going through than oftentimes what they're not going through. And so I found myself in that situation. I didn't know this then. I didn't know it then. But looking back now, and how many, when you look back now, back over your life, you see some things like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. But I didn't know now my quest to teach these skills, because I had a big resistance to selling. I hated selling. I'm a stutter. I talk fast. People say, oh, you move too fast and all this. My mom didn't say I moved too fast, by the way. Mother did, just said, I think faster than everybody else. That's what Mother dear told me. I think faster than all of y'all. And so I started teaching these skills. And these skills created breakthrough for my clients. One of my clients, even 30 days ago, or it's been 90 days now, we worked on a project, but over 30, 45 days ago, as a result of working with us and our team, and what I'm about to share with you, what I'm sharing with you now, she was able to create over $70,000 in her business. And this isn't funny money, some money, honey money. This is like real money with real clients, with real folks, following the real system, and it can happen for you, and it won't cost you thousands of dollars, because I'm going to share it with you right now, and I'm going to walk you through that right now. I'm going to get right there, because to me, that's one of the most important things that we can do, is help you right where you are now, because if I can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Someone do me a favor. Look right below the video. Look right below the video, and just write, it's my time. Just put, it's my time. And I felt like that 15 years ago, that it was my time to move forward. It was my time to do something different. And it was my time to make a difference for someone else's life. No matter what I've been through, I learned your past doesn't have to equal your future. You can have a second chance. And so if that's you out there and you've been struggling as an entrepreneur, hang in there with me just a little bit. Let me walk you through the real stuff now. But I want you to know that the person you see today isn't the person that was long ago on this journey to get to where I'm at now. So I get where you are. I feel you, and I just want to give it to you. And for those folks that it resonates with, great. And for those that don't, no big deal. But here's what I know. This is your time. Someone do me a favor. Just look right below the video. Look right below the video. And just write these words. Today is my January 1st. I'm going to get and understand copywriting. Even if you get a team to do it. Today is my January 1st. I'm going to build that sales funnel, because I've got to get some digital sales. I need digital, which means online sales, and I can't do it sitting right here. Today is my January 1st. That's all you got to write. Just look right below the video. And this is just a quick 1 minute session. It's a quick 1 minute session, but today is my January 1st. And then put hashtag CEO Desk. Just put hashtag CEO Desk. And there's someone else out there right now, and they're watching, and you see them, even if you're not even doing anything, you're sitting back relaxing, and you see today is my January 1st, then you do me a favor. You look right below the video. And when you do that, I want you to write these words. Just put heart. Just hit the heart button. Hit the like button. That's just the back code that you support them. That's the back code that they're not alone. That's the back code that someone else believes in them, because sometimes we need someone to believe in us before we can believe in ourselves. Now, I didn't come to get into all this. I really didn't. But I couldn't help myself, because I was feeling like I'm not alone. I'm feeling like I'm not the only one sitting down saying, what is all this? I know what a funnel is, Shay. I know what this is. How do I crack the code? We should have named it Crack the Code. That's what we should name. We should name it Crack the Code. If we had named it Crack the Code, that would have made a much bigger difference in the world. See, I know this to be true, that this is your time. And so together, we're going to do this. Together, we're going to create this breakthrough. Together, it's going to happen for every single one of us. And here's what I know. It's going to happen for you just like it's happened for me. So here's what I want you to do. I now want to show you our 3-step client winning sales funnel to capture thousands of leads, create unlimited appointments, and to get some clients right now. Like it's that time. Is that time. And I want to just walk you step by step how we did it, and then I'm gonna do it for you. It's gonna be my gift. Some of you watch right now, it's my gift. I'm gonna review your sales page. I'm gonna review your lead mag. I'm gonna review your copy, no cost to you, and we're gonna create a breakthrough in your business. That's my promise. That's my gift. So how we created a client winning sales funnel in one day with this 3-step system without losing 8 hours of sleep, because Lord knows I ain't trying to lose no more sleep. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That I'm not trying to do. How we were able to do it and how you can do it as well. And then how, and this is really the promise of our conversation today. It's how we created, how to attract thousands. I'm glad y'all put this up here for me. Thank you. How to attract thousands of hot prospects within 30 days. We happened to be working with a client recently, and they would generate 2,900 leads in less than 3 weeks. Not because of us, but you can use the same system without having a list. That's the good news. You start where you are. One of the things I like about life is that, and they always say in poker, you can win with any hand. Isn't that pretty cool? You can win with any hand in poker. Isn't that so true? And you can win with this hand. And then number 2 promise of this time we have today, maybe I'll have a part 2. This time is the proven 7-step formula. I'm going to stay with you. Don't worry about that. To close deals by 50% in 30 days without feeling like a sleazy car salesman. Most of the folks just want the formula. Like, shit, I ain't trying to feel like someone else. I just want someone to give it to me. Show me what I need to do. And number 3, which I think is so important, is how, number 3, if you can order pizza, then you can drive 20% more traffic to your sales page. And that's what I'm gonna get into. They should have highlighted with 50% more conversions with a 3-step formula. So I've got a little bit of work. I got to get doing some work here, which I'm gonna do right now. And I'm gonna walk through that because that might be where you are right now. And as you're listening to me, you're watching, you're like, Shay, yeah, that sums it up. So let's go over those steps so you have them, so that you're clear, that you understand it. And first I'll break down kind of in 4 steps what a funnel is. I'll make that easy. But then I want to really start with attracting clients. I want to talk through some of the lead magnet opportunities because I think there's 7 that's so important that this is what's missing. And then we'll take a look at your lead magnet. And if you're going to create one, my promise to you is that we'll review it for you, no cost to you. That's our gift. I believe folks need us now more than ever. So let's go ahead to number 1. Let's go to number 1. Let me go ahead and show you what I call our Amazon roadmap, right? Our Amazon roadmap. And our Amazon roadmap is what clients have used to really generate prospects. And if you have a lead magnet system out there right now, I want you to go ahead and share it. Like if you have a gift, you can put it right below. So a couple things. Let's go ahead and jot it down for them so they have it. The first thing I want you to put in your notes to attract hot prospects. Let's put attract. This is a working session now. Attract hot prospects. So I'm going to give you a couple things. Let me give you number 1. So everyone put down number 1 now. It solves a real problem. So number 1, if your lead magnet, I'm calling lead magnet to make it easy, if your attraction system doesn't solve a real problem that your customer has, or if it doesn't give them something they really want, it won't work at all. And sometimes folks have what they want to give away, and I'll talk about the different type of giveaways they have, whether it's a ebook, whether it's a black book, whether it's I'll go over about 20 of those in a minute. But I want you first, before I go into different types, number 1 problem I see is that it has to solve a real problem. So I'm sitting down with a client, and they were giving away, I'm going to just make this up. They were giving away, because I want to get the person away. They were giving away the 7 ways to fix spaghetti. And in there, they had 7 ways to fix spaghetti. but it didn't really solve a problem. What I share with this person is in our communication, we have to add the so what clause. So it's like 7 ways to fix spaghetti when you are very busy and don't have 60 minutes to be in the kitchen. So we had to slightly alter not some the title, and then we had to alter the big promise. And that's what number 2 is. See, the first thing is the gift has to be a real value. Shay, that's a duh moment. Yeah. But let me ask you a question. When you offer your gift and you share it out, does anyone want it? Does anyone show up? Is anyone attracted to it? You might have been attracted to this because you're like, yeah, I've got to fix my copywriting. If you're going to talk to me how to do it, then yeah. And you're going to show me, yeah, I'm going to show you a formula that I was taught. But first, I just want you to make sure you can attract people to you. In the beginning, this is copywriting, but in the beginning, we have to solve a real problem. Number 2, let's give them number 2. Let's give them number 2 in there because number 2 is very important. And I'm seeing number 2 left out. Now, that person, when they changed the title, they didn't change the gift. They didn't say, let me make sure that I give them something else. Instead of giving them the ebook, I'm going to turn it to a video. It could have been a video. The person would have had, in my opinion, the same problem that they had in the very beginning. It would have been the same exact problem. It didn't really matter. But number 2, and this is what got it. It was the promise. You can't. Oh, they can't see it. Okay, sorry. The promise. And the promise has to be, let me put this in red, 1 quick win. Now, this is what's missing. It's kind of like now that you're going through this, your big win might be, you know what? I need to make sure that I understand step by step how to do what? How to fix spaghetti in the kitchen when I don't have time. So that's a quick win. So your lead magnet, jot this in your notes, your lead magnet should promise and deliver 1 quick win for your target audience. In other words, it should help them to easily achieve something. This is very, very important. This is the secret to the Amazon roadmap. I call it the Amazon roadmap. The reason I call it the Amazon, I hope I don't get in trouble. The reason I call it the Amazon is, hey, I guess I can call it what I want. The Amazon roadmap, put this in your notes. Someone do me a favor. Look right below the video and put Amazon roadmap. Amazon roadmap is that it's exactly what they've done. They send you stuff and they give you these big promises of what do you want? And so I'm going to give you 7. I've given you 2 already. The first 2 was, number 1, that it solves a real problem. Number 2, it promises a quick win. So when you showed up in the first 5 minutes, I immediately, as quick as possible, I immediately jumped in and said, hey, look, there's a problem. You've got to fix these 2 things if you want to have a digital business. Number 1, you've got to do what? Got to have a team to focus on copywriting, or you learn the skill yourself. And number 2, without a doubt, you've got to have a funnel, a sales funnel particularly. Then you get those 2 things, there isn't anything else left. But I'm going to walk you through it. First, I'm walking through the big bold claim was how to attract clients. I'm giving you 7 secrets. And these secrets are very, very important. And why do you need that? Because yours may not have that in it. Number 3. And I want you to hear me on this one. Because number 3 is you got to be super specific. Super specific. SPECIFIC. Don't y'all go laughing at my new thing now. You got to be super specific. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Okay, this is like real time, so I really want to walk you through that. This is just the first part. Don't create a lead magnet about something general. The more specific you are about the benefit of your lead magnet, the better that someone will convert, the better experience they will have. So someone above that's putting there, I teach people how to, let's say, play the guitar, and you show up and your lead magnet is, here's a video on how you're going to be able to play a guitar in less than 5 minutes. That might be what you were offering. And it's not really converting. And so we were sitting down having a conversation. I'd be looking for, how can we super specific? How can you learn to play a guitar, I don't know, over 40 and know how to play your favorite song? My favorite song is Thriller by Michael Jackson. When you let it play your favorite song on a guitar. You see, we went from a quick win to something very specific. I'm telling you how to attract to something they can grab onto. Now, I'm not getting into how you do that yet. I'm getting into someone somewhere sees this and says, it speaks to me. I get it. And now they take the first step, which I'm going to walk into, and they kind of start walking and opting into exactly what you're doing. Now, say I'm going to give you 7 quick steps, and I'm going to do that. I'm not going to leave you hanging. But I had to come back for a moment because some of you are watching. I've gave you 3, and you're like, duh, Shay, duh. And you're not really focusing on right now what the fundamentals are. So let me give you the 4 fundamentals of your 4 fundamentals of your funnel. And I normally start backwards and then come forward, but this is very important. The first one is most folks think you got to have traffic. They say, Shay, what's number 1? I got to have traffic, Facebook ads, blogging, podcasts. I can get into all that in a little while. I don't want to spend too much time on that, but I can get into about at least 80 different ones. And if you're out there and you need 80 different lead magnets, or you want to know what they are and you want me to break it down, which I'll do in a minute, I'll give you a text. You can just text in and you can just get the notes. The second thing that you need, some of you, is you need to make sure that there is some type of claim or some type of offer. Make this easy for you. You need to flow. You need to offer. Make this easy. Closed. I mean, y'all recognize that. And then the last thing that you really need after that is that you got to have the follow-up. So your funnel has to do a couple things in order for it even to make sense or make sense. It has to drive traffic. It has to have a flow to it, which we're talking about. And then it has to have some type of close or some structure or system you use to walk them through how you solve the problem. Maybe they're buying something. And then it has to have a follow-up to it. Now, if it does these 4 fundamentals, then you're like, you're halfway to being on track to what it is that you really, really, really need. And we're talking about right here, number 1, how to attract thousands of prospects within 30 days using this proven system. And this is without having a list. So I'm trying to do it in a way that makes sense. It makes it easy for you. We're going to get to number 2 in a minute. It makes it easy for you. And I'm going over 7 steps because most folks, the biggest challenge is the first part isn't working out for them at all. People are just not opting in. Now, I promised when we were here that I was going to give you 7. Just not it. 7 steps. And I'm going to do that. If you're watching right now and you're like, Shay, I got to get the notes. I mean, I know I'm going to go a little bit over and you might not be able to make it. That's cool. Let me tell you how you can get the notes right now. If you're watching, you just need the notes. And you're like, I want to make sure I don't miss anything because I'm going to cover a lot of stuff real fast. I'm getting into the content of it now. And I got to go through 3 pieces. And then when we get into the second piece, which the second part, which we're going to do in a minute, I just love because that's just my favorite, is the proven 7-step formula to close deals by 50%. That's like my all-time. You want to know what my favorite is? That's like my all-time favorite. So I can't wait to do that. But if you're like, Shay, I can't wait. I need someone to review what I have. I need someone to look at it and just let me know what I should do and shouldn't do. If that's you right now, I've opened up my calendar. And I'm going to be working with folks over this next week. I'm dedicated. It's no cost, no catch. If that's you and you're watching, you're like, Shay, I like to do that. Here's what you can do. You can just text the word CEO, to my private number. Now, I suggest you all do that. There's no cost. There's no catch. There's no charge. So you should take your cell phone number out. Yourself. Once you text just one word, CEO, to 202-270-1662, I am committed to working with you. We'll review your funnel. So we'll have a funnel review. Now, if it's not working, it doesn't matter. If it's working, we'll see how we can optimize it. Okay. This is for everybody that's watching right now that took time and you're in the game. You're ready to build your online store. You're ready to get out into that digital marketing space, and you know you need copywriting. You know you need a funnel, and you need not just a funnel. You need a sales funnel that generates high-paying clients who then give you the money to have the resources to go do all the things you want to do. So what I'm going to suggest right now, do it now. This is my personal number. It's not a digital voice. Go open up your browser now. Open up your phone. And then text 202-270-1662. I will make sure that you get the notes. I will also make sure you have a revenue session. But in order to do it, you got to include your first name so I know who you are. You've got to include your last name so I know who you are. Your best contact number, please, in your email so we can send you everything. So I've got to be able to send you everything that you have right now. Now, will it be myself calling you? Absolutely. Will you have a meeting with me or someone on my team? I'm going to do it for as many folks as I can. I believe the universe rewards people who take action differently than those that don't. If you're watching the replay, it's on the honor system. You have until this ends to text in. So don't, if you don't have time, you don't have time, but write it down now. And when is the best time to do it? Now. So text 202-270-1662, text CEO. I'm going to send you the notes. I'm going to review your web page, your website. If you don't have a product, don't worry about that. I will help you build your product. So we're going to talk about your product that you're offering. If pricing is holding you back, we're going to talk about that as well. That's my promise to you. That's my gift to you for every single one of you, because I believe the universe rewards people who show up differently than those that don't. And it's just my gift. If it's not for you, it's okay. You stay tuned and you continue to enjoy it. But my promise to you, that 20 minutes that we spend together, it will be a game changer. It could be very, very specific just for you. Who? You. That's right. That's you. Okay. So we were talking about attracting thousands of leads. I was having the conversation just now about what you can do in your business right now. Where did it go? Oh, sorry. I was going over the 7 points. Okay, so Shay, you want 7 points. Got it. So y'all watching me? You watching this? Okay. So let me go ahead now and go over the next three real fast. The next three. We went over number one. Am I on here or not? Okay, let me make sure y'all can see me. Okay, here we go. So number one was solves a real problem. So maybe I'll write that down just so you guys can see it. I'm not gonna write down this each and every time. I'm gonna build out a funnel for one of you in a minute, but this is so fast and so cool. I like it. So number one, solves a problem. Number two, the big promise. The promise that your lead magnet will promise to deliver a quick win. That's the key, a quick win. Number three, hopefully you're writing these down. So I'm gonna go over the next three just real quick. But those get the notes, I'll make sure you get everything. Number three is you got to be specific. So number one for your lead magnet has to solve a real problem. If it doesn't, then it's not going to work. Number two, it has to be a quick win by doing it and scanning it. Like even you listening around, what's the win? Number three has to be very, very specific. You've heard before, the riches are in the niches. And if it's not niche, I was working with someone recently, and it wasn't about the money, but they generated, I believe, last year, probably about 5,000 leads as a result of improving their lead magnets. So they had more than one free offer that they were taking to the marketplace. And I'm really, really glad that we were able to help them and be a part of that. Number four is it's got to be quick to digest. PDF checklists tend to convert really, really well because they're so quick and easy to digest. Ebooks that are lengthy reports may make your your clients feel overwhelmed. And you'll see when we get to this, and this is really important because when I got to the offer just yesterday, God, it's amazing how this stuff comes back. We were having a conversation with someone and they were building out their product. And it was a mastermind session with he and I. We were doing it through Zoom. And he was like, okay, what should I put into my product? Because I know I got to add more value and I want to have some bonuses and I want them to be able to walk away with it. And I looked at it and instantly I said to this person, we need ABC checklists and you need ABC checklists. So you can have two different checklists in there because they're looking for something. If it's going to convert, they're looking for something that they can scan, something they can use, something they can check the boxes off based on what he was offering. Now, we did this yesterday. Now, I'm telling this story right now for the first time, and I don't know what the outcome is, but it's my belief he's going to have probably about a 50+% more conversion because that first piece that went out was quick to digest. And after it's quick to digest, the second piece that I was really pleased about is it has high value. That means they didn't send out their worst stuff, okay? He's putting together his best stuff right now that will make a difference for him and make a difference for all of the clients that he's working with. See, it's not just about you having a gift. It's not about how cool it looks. It's not about how fancy it is. It's about, jot this in your notes, less is more. I got to get off the lead magnet. I got to get off this because I'm spending so much time on this. But I'm getting carried away. Number 6, I should have given you all 3. Why did I come up with 7? Number 6 is something that's instantly accessible. What that means is the minute they hit the button, they get the gift. They get the gift. They don't want to wait. And number 7, thank God I only had 7, huh? It demonstrates your expertise and your unique value proposition. When someone consumes your lead magnet, it should demonstrate your expertise. This helps the lead into a customer down the road. They like it when you have a section there that has your perspective. Someone else I know had an ebook, and I said, look, in the ebook, you just need to write a summary in the front. Really? Yeah, they probably won't even read the doggone thing. And they took me up on this. This was 3 years ago. And I saw them about maybe a year and a half ago, and we were having a conversation. And do you know from 3 years ago, they're still giving that same gift away right now? We have one we give away called the 4-Minute Sales Makeover. And that 4-Minute Sales Makeover has a video series. And as a result of watching the video series, these short interval chunks, they're able to do some things in their business right away. And so I was so happy for them. And I want you to imagine, you take a few minutes, you create, I have this chords up here. You actually create something one time. Okay, no more cord there. Oh, my glasses are here too. I got so carried away earlier, I didn't know all the stuff was up here. But I need these now. Let's see here. So I can go see what I'm writing. Oh, my handwriting is terrible. Oh, gee whiz. Oh, my gosh. All right. But anyway, oh, my gosh. Maybe I'll use the pencil next time instead of my thumb. Anyway, I'm glad y'all can read this. If you can't read it, just let me know you can't read it. Just know I'm giving the best I can. But in doing so, it demonstrates you're unique. So now you've got 7, not 5, but 7 that you can instantly use when you're talking to the client or you're talking to the prospect. Now, if you have a lead magnet and you want to give it away and you're like, Shay, I want to give this away right now. I want to post it below the link so others can benefit from it. And it has high value. It solves a problem. It makes a difference. It meets these 7 criteria. If it does, then you can go ahead and look right below the video right now and you can put get your free gift and put www. whatever your free gift is. Wherever they go get it right now. So look, it's not about me. We're going to help other entrepreneurs. This is a resource hub. So we're going to be resources to each other. And you can put that down right now. So someone out there has the goal of finding you. So you put your resource down. But if you're watching like, oh gosh, I'm so far away from having that resource guy. Like I wish I even had something like that. And if that's you, then you just go, you know what, Shay? I don't even have it. I need to really kind of get it going. Then I want you to look right below the video. And I want you to go ahead and text me now. Just text me. And then I will review yours for you. That's my promise to you. I'm going to review it. And then after I review it, my gift to you is that we're going to improve it. So whenever you're anywhere and someone says, what's your gift? You're going to be able to just give it away. And you can give it away with confidence. You'll give it away with assurance that you gave your best up front. I was talking to someone, they were like, well, Shay, I don't want to give away my best stuff. No, you give your best up front. Why? Because you still got more. I spent a little bit of time on this because, again, there's so many folks out there, they're listening to me. Their biggest challenge is right here. Number one. I'm going to number two now. I'm gonna go through that pretty quickly. But it's number one. How to attract thousands of hot prospects, Shay. I need to do it within 30 days. Someone gave me a 30-day contract and it ended within 20 days because they didn't attract no leads. Why? Because we couldn't get them to see that you don't have to get it right. You just got to get going sometime. And so they were spending so much time on trying to, the right look, the right feel. And I get all that's important. But if you tell me you want to do something in 30 days, we can't be 20 days into it and you're still trying to decide, well, I think the video, well, this has more value with that, with this. And it's not a good thing or bad thing. We were meeting, we were trying to move forward. Look, there's a time for perfection, doing your taxes. And then there's a time for completion, offering value to the marketplace in exchange for what they have to give back. And I want to encourage you right now to focus on number one. Focus on completion, not perfection. Everyone jot this down in your notes. You don't have to get it right sometimes. You just got to get going. Put that in your notes. You don't have to get it right sometimes. You just have to get going. You don't have to get it right sometimes. You just have to get going. And if this is your time to get it right, then go ahead right now. Send me an email, a text at 202-270-1662 to get your funnel review, to get your copywriting review, and to have a revenue session and get all the notes at no cost. Let's just at least have a conversation, put my brain on your brain. No cost, no charge, no catch, but you got to take action. So in your cell phone, you would just go to the messaging side, type in 202-270-1662, then put your first name, put your last name, put your best contact number. Do it now, and we are going to help you. And my promise is today will be your January 1st, but you got to take action. The universe rewards people who take action differently than those that don't. It really does. Okay, let's go to number two. Woo! What is number two? What is number two? Okay, let's see number two. Number two, proven 7-step formula to close deals by 50% in 30 days without feeling like a sleazy car salesman. Oh my gosh. Makes a lot of sense to me. Now, before we go to number two, if you got some value out of number one, and number one was good, I promise you number two is better. But I want you first to do me a favor. Look below the video if you're still watching the video below, and put your number one takeaway. Just put give value, hashtag CEO desk. Just do me a favor. Just look right below the video and just put give value, hashtag CEO desk. Do me a favor. Just look right below the video and just put give value, hashtag CEO desk. And you're making a commitment from your CEO desk to those that are out there that you're going to give value. That's the signal you send when you're at your CEO desk, which could be at your laptop, could be on your phone, could be while you're in a car. It doesn't really matter. That's your CEO desk. And I want you right now to send that signal to the world. Give value. All of us as CEOs, we're going to all give what? Value. Hashtag CEO desk. Just put that down because I believe the more you give, the more you get. So we talk about this 7-step proven formula to close deals. I'm going to give it to you. It's 7 steps. I'm going to give it to you right now. And then I'm going to talk about the one big solution. And then we'll get to number 3. But go ahead and put that out there right now. Okay. Now, as we're going through this, we're going to go through a series of questions. And we're now going to talk about number 2. And number 2 is kind of like my favorite. course, they're all my favorite, or we wouldn't be doing these, right? We wouldn't be doing these. But how do you close more deals? How do you do that? Well, the first step we got to do is we got to answer a couple of questions. And then we write out what I would call your copy. Let's ask ourselves a couple questions. And as you're doing that, I'm going to just lead you through these questions. And as I lead you through these questions, I want you to ask yourself in just a moment. Let me get my paper out. I want you to ask yourself in a moment as I'm doing this, what resonates with you? What's most important? And I want you to really how can I say this? I I want you to really do this exercise with me right now. I don't want you to skip this. I want you to say, "Oh, I don't need that." I want you to say, "You know what, Shay? That makes so much sense. Why didn't I think of that myself?" Okay. Oh, I thought y'all were looking at me. Oh, you're looking at a blank piece of paper. Oh, boo. Well, you don't have to get it right. You just gotta get going. You're looking at a blank piece of paper. My humblest apologies. I thought you were. Anyway. Here we go. The 7-step formula. None of us are perfect. I see you out there, Linda Powell, Jacqueline Taylor, Deronda, Tashika. I see you. Sanaa, thanks a lot. Latasha, Ardeen. Give value. That's exactly what we're going to do. So let's go to the 7-step formula right now. And at the top, I just want you to put 7-step. Put that right at the top. 7-step formula. Put in your notes to close deals by 50%. Now, if you do what I'm about to tell you right now, most of you are thinking, shit, all I want to do is be able to close deals by 50%. And for some of you, that was the very first thing that resonated with you. You said, "Oh, I can do that shit. I can close deals by 50%." And I get it. That's the first thing I'd be thinking too, especially if that resonated with me. So I'm going to walk you through step by step how you can do that and how you can do that right now. Let me open this up. I think I hit the wrong button. Okay, there we go. I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here we go. Step number 1. Who do I serve? Now that's gonna sound like an obvious question there. But when you see that question, I want you to go ahead and write down right now, who do you serve right now based on where you are in your business right now? Now, when that question first came up, even for myself, I didn't answer that question, honestly. Well, I serve all the entrepreneurs. I serve all the CEOs out there. But I thought about that for a moment. Because when I first started, my focus was on being a happy entrepreneur. And being a happy entrepreneur is very important. It's certainly near and dear to me. And I made a case. Now I think I was very reasonable with my case, by the way. The case was that you could be a happy entrepreneur and you could still have a life. You could be a happy entrepreneur and your life don't have to be perfect. You can be a happy entrepreneur and at the same time you could really work with folks. But that didn't answer the question, who did I serve? The answer to the question basically was, what was my beliefs? What was my core values? And so I had to peel the onion a little further. But you write down who you serve. And I started telling myself, well, who I serve, can they see me? Yeah. Who I serve, I'm gonna put my answer down, and then you put your answer, right? And I told myself that I want to serve CEO leaders. Oh, you can't see me. CEO leaders. Why can't they see me? CEO leaders to become successful CEOs. Now, I want you to put down, who do you serve? Now, as you do this, some of you, when you do it, it was like, who do I serve? That's what it's, who do I serve? And when you do this, I want you to write it down right now. Who do you serve? I serve CEO leaders. I'm providing them resources. Who do you serve? Yes, I'm a happy entrepreneur. Proud to be a happy entrepreneur. I'm a happy entrepreneur. Today is my January 1st. But who do I serve? And I want you to ask yourself that question. And then I want you to ask yourself question number 2. Now I'll say this. Let me say this here for you. Hold on. What did I do? Okay. Okay. MacBook Pro. Okay, there we go. Okay. So after I determine who do I serve, you write down who. Now, if you write this down, I want you to share this with me. Like, I want you to share this with me later. This is just something between you and I that you're going to share with me, and we're going to help bring clarity to this. So the first one was, who do I serve? And some of you had who you serve. This has lines. This helps me a lot better. Thank you. First one has, who do I serve? So we said, got that there. And then I had to ask the second question. And this is going to be so obvious, but remember, we're going to increase our close ratio by 50%. I'll talk about the language in a minute, but we're going to improve our close ratio by 50%. So this might sound easy, and it might sound simple, but I promise you, if you follow me, and you answer, at least follow me on these 7 questions here, and then we fill in a little bit of the blanks here and there, and we go over the product side, then I promise you we're going to close your ratio by 50%. And for some of you, just to close by 50% is a big deal. It's a huge deal. And why do I want you to close by 50%? Because I believe that selling will solve any business problem. So as you're listening right now and you're tuned into me so dearly and so nearly, you know that right now you can reduce your stress, you can pay off your mortgage, you can buy the food of your choice, you can hire the consultant or hire the team or hire the web designer or write the book when you generate more revenue in your business. So please don't, I know you serve a lot of people, but just pick one for now. And it's not about your niche. This is not what this is about. I'm going to walk you through 7 steps, but if you don't do number 1, it's just hard for me to come back and help you. Okay. And some of us are going to have a conversation. Some of you have texted. I don't know how many to everybody, but I promise I will get to every single one of you who sent in a text. And you text the word CEO. And if you don't know this right now, I'm going to help you with this right now. Why, Shay? Why is that important to you, Shay? Because all roads in business lead to a professional sales conversation. Your copywriting, your sales funnel, it leads to a professional sales presentation. Your Facebook ads, your LinkedIn ads, your online joining Facebook groups, your ebook, your mastermind, everything you're doing right now, all roads in business lead to professional sales presentation. So if all roads in business lead to professional sales presentation, then we've got to make sure that in the time we're together, that you're able to instantly be able to jump at that. So let's talk about number 2. We'll go to the next one pretty quickly, but let's talk about that because I don't want you to miss this. So I put down successful CEOs. Now, you're going to put, oh, actually, is this the eraser? Oh, that's pretty cool. I can erase. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I like this one better. Who do I serve? Guess I'll write. I'll get the pencil next time and make it so much easier for you guys. Number 2. Oh, I can't write. This one's easy. Oh, here's number 2. What problem are you solving? So, what problem are you solving right now? My problem is that CEOs want to generate more cash flow. I said, that's a problem. They want to generate more profits. Well, that's a problem. They want more freedom. Why the company runs what it runs, that's a problem. And so I started thinking through that, just like you're thinking through that now. And I want you to write in your notes, what problem do you off. This is very important. Now, I learned what I'm teaching you with my mentor. I learned from lots of hours, lots of one-on-one sessions, and I'm trying to slow down for a moment because this is important. This is where the breakthrough takes place. 7-step formula to close deals by 50%. That's huge. No, that's huge. If you had 10 opportunities last week and you closed 5 and we can close 2 more, how much extra money will you be able to put in your pocket? What difference will that make for you? You see how important that is? So what problem are you solving? And then I want you to go to number 3. I thought about that and put down number 3. And number 3 is, what is the status quo or the prevailing wisdom? So, what is the status quo or what is the prevailing wisdom? To make sure, what do they believe? Like, as you're talking to them, you're going to solve a problem, but what do they currently believe? Now, and I'll say this for you guys. I'm saving these images for you guys, by the way. So for those folks that want the notes and all that, we're gonna do I'll give you the detailed notes. So the prevailing wisdom was that, oh my gosh, there's all these systems out there, and that's a lot. The prevailing wisdom was, I've got to work 100 hours a week to get this business off the ground. The prevailing wisdom was, I got to spend all of my money and all of my time, and I need a coach and a coach for this and a coach for that. I need all this stuff. The prevailing wisdom was for some that I got to be careful because this is like, somebody's trying to get my clients. I'm not saying everybody thinks that way, but what's the status quo with the folks you're working with right now? So if you're helping someone and they're in the publishing business, or they want to write a book, maybe the prevailing wisdom is that I got to give up hours and hours and hours of my time. Maybe the prevailing wisdom is I've got to be creative, and I'm not creative. See, I want you to write this down. This is a very important exercise. You may have never done this exercise in your life, but I want you to put this down right now. And then we're going to go to number 4. And here's the game changer. Oh, sheesh, I erased it. Oh, well. Darn on it. Oh, well, don't worry about it. Number 4. What's wrong with the, I'll make it bigger, status quo or prevailing wisdom? So now we're going to do something that's a little advanced. And a little advanced means that we're going to tell them something that they don't know and introduce them to something that they thought that they knew about, but they weren't too sure. So, earlier when you and I were having a conversation and I got to tell you about the prevailing wisdom about email being open and not being open, I was able to come back and say, well, yeah, there's a problem. You got to stand out from the crowd. But the average person right now is deleting 71 emails right off the bat. And so I'm going to take the prevailing wisdom and then I'm going to shift it to the other side. So I first say, well, what do you believe? So maybe some of you believe that doing funnels is hard, or maybe some of you believe that it takes someone else to do funnels, or you've been trying to do it and you're trying to crack the code. And I say, well, the prevailing wisdom is if someone doesn't show you step by step how to do it, it's going to be a challenge. Or if you don't have expertise in that area, then it might not work for you. Then I come around here and I say, well, wait a minute. If you want to have a business online, because the prevailing wisdom is everybody wants to be online. The prevailing wisdom is everybody wants to have a digital business or at least a digital marketplace. Then I come behind that and I challenge. I say, here's what's wrong with it. You don't have the copy. Uh-oh. What happened here? What did I just do? Do, 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 do. I don't know what I just did. Um, here's the prevailing wisdom. You don't have the copy that you need. Oh, I see it. There we go. I think I lost something. One second here. It looks like my system froze. Just 1 second. So you go ahead and write down in your notes while I try to figure out what I just did. You go ahead and write down what is the prevailing wisdom for you. Uh-huh. There we go. Do that. Hold on. Technology is good. There we go. Okay, I'm back. If you can hear me, just let me know you can hear me. I thought I was seeing something saying that you can't hear me. And then when I heard that, I got a little nervous because I was like, oh, they can't hear me. That's the problem. So if you can hear me, just look right below the video and say, Shay, we hear you. I appreciate it. Just put Shay, we hear you. I'm trying to see what the volume is. As they say, rule number 1, don't panic. Right? That's rule number 1. Okay, there we go. I got it. I got this. Even got it back up. Whew. Okay. Sometimes we don't know. There we go. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Okay, there we go. I'm close. Close, but no cigar. Okay. There we go. Okay. There we go. Now let's bounce back. Okay. Woo! Thank you guys for your patience there. Thanks for letting me know that you can hear me, by the way. I see Linda said you can hear me. Eric said you can hear me. This is great. Thank you so much. I thought I completely lost you guys. Glad you are back. Okay, I'm glad I'm back too, by the way. It's 2 of us. 2 of us are both glad we're back. Okay, so now we're going over, talk about how we're going to increase your close by 50%. So now we got 3 questions. Who do you serve? What problem are you solving? What is prevailing wisdom? And then I said, what is wrong with that wisdom? Now, once we determine what's wrong with that wisdom, the key part here that we have to do, hang that one up. The key part here is now we got to do number 5. We're doing 5 of 7. Number 5, the question we have is, how are you different? Now, when we get into the product, I'll go into detail when we're writing the sales page, but I had to slow down for a moment before I could speed up. And I'm like, okay, I start off with, who do you serve? I said, I serve CEO leaders. Then I said, what problem are you solving? I said, well, they want to have more cash flow. There's a problem with that, which means higher profits, and they want more time with their family. And then I asked you, what is the prevailing wisdom that's out there right now? With someone like Eric Heilich, who's out there, hey, Eric says hello, who's out there right now, he may say, well, we serve married couples, but what's the prevailing wisdom? That 50% of all marriages end in divorce, right? So, I mean, that could be one thing if it's him. I just said him, I shouldn't pick on anybody, but he'd be okay with me picking on him. But so now we moved from that area to what's wrong with that wisdom. What's wrong with it is that 50% is this unacceptable with the marriage can win philosophy. It smacks in the face of the marriage to win philosophy. Marriage to win says we can win. Not just 50% of us, but we all can win. And they believe that. They believe there has this magical formula that you can win at marriage. And if they believe it, I believe it, right? I believe in the law of belief. And so now he talks about what's wrong with that wisdom. Then he has to come by and say, well, how are we different? Now, what people don't get confused here with the how are we, I thought y'all was looking here. Okay, they're looking at me. Hi. I thought y'all was looking at the screen. The How are you different? The prevailing wisdom is that you've got to be so unique, but that's not the case. What could be unique is your signature solution. They have a formula. They have a 5-step formula. It's unique to them based on their experience, based on their expertise. What could be unique about what they're doing is their methodology. What could be unique is their beliefs. Now, I get it from a marketing perspective. It might be, you might want to stand out from the crowd and have different colors, but most folks are struggling right here. They struggle right here time and time again because they never, ever, ever fully step back. And as we go through the section, they never go back and they never really focus on just these 7 plus a bonus question I'm going to ask. We're talking about the 7-step formula to close deals by 50% in 30 days. 50% in 30 days without feeling like a sleazy salesperson. And there are ways you can do that, and it does make sense, but we have to make sure that you feel good about it, and we have to make sure that as you're doing it and as you're talking to other folks that are doing it, that you are systematically, your copy's in harmony, that's the words you're using, and your funnels are in harmony. Everyone, I said this before, and I'll probably say it 10,000 times before I leave this planet, or probably 10 million times before I leave this planet. And I think it's so true. And here it is, that's doubly true right now. That's doubly true right now is that if you want to have a successful business online, if you want to have a successful digital marketing business, if that's you, then you must, then you must do 2 things. You must have great copywriting, and you must have a great sales funnel. Now, I didn't say good, I said what? Great. I didn't say good, I said what? Great. So I'm still in section number 2 here, which is I'm focusing on the 7-step formula to close deals by 50% in 30 days. We went over number 1, so you're attracting in thousands of hot prospects. They're coming in. Now we're working on how do we position the words we're going to use that's in harmony with these 7-step formula. I've done this with so many folks. Recently, I had a conversation with a person that told me, Shay, I'm not good at sales. Do you know what I told them when they told me I'm not good at sales? I told them I believe them. I believe them. Why? Because the law of belief is whatever you tell yourself over and over again, you will eventually believe. The law of belief is whatever you tell yourself over and over again, you will eventually believe. So when they told me that they weren't good at sales, I told them I believed them. But on top of me telling them I believe them, one of the things I told them is that we can make you better. And we can help you close 50% of the deals in less than 30 days if you follow this formula. They followed the formula. They didn't make the 50%. Okay? Sometimes it's just a lot of factors. But they were able to generate 30% more revenue. I didn't say sales. I said revenue, real like people bought their product and services as a result of the copy and the funnel that we built for them that helped them get there. And I want you to imagine for a moment, the end of 30 days, your revenue goes up by 30%, 50%. For some of you, that's another $100,000 or $50,000. Even if you put an extra $10,000 in your pocket, over and beyond whatever you're earning right now. Let me ask you a question. How would your life be different? What would you do with the money? Extra 50% goes into your bank account month after month after month. How is your life different? What do you do with the money? No, for real. Seriously. No, let's have them do the exercise. I'm being dead serious. Like, what do you do with the money? There's an extra 50%. Blank. It's going into your bank account month after month. You got 50%. You got $5,000. It's going into your bank account every month. What do you do with the money? Some of you are going to pay off your mortgage. Some of you are going to save for retirement. Some of you are going to retire. Some of you are going to invest. Some of you are going to support family. You go and write down, what are you going to do with the money? It's extra $5,000, extra $10,000, $5,000 doesn't really excite some people. I get that. So let's just say it's extra $10,000. $5,000 not going to excite nobody. Extra $10,000. And it's going into your bank account month after month after month. What are you doing with the money? How is your life different? In the words of somebody, how you like me now? All right, let's get back to this. So, and this is important. I want you to know that in the conversation we're having, if you follow me here before we go to the sales page, if you follow me, my promise to you is that this will take you to an entirely different level. That you will be able to provide. I'm going to help you write the copy for your product and how you're communicating. That's my gift to every single one of you, and it doesn't cost you a dime. Not one red dime. Now, this is very important. And this next one is my favorite. And it's number 6. And number 6 is so important because number 6 is when you tell people what are they going to say to counter you. This is so important. This is so important. So, when people are going to say that there's nothing in this that's going to help me right now. They're probably going to say they bought stuff from you before or bought stuff from other folks and it didn't work. They're going to have not excuses, not reasons, not objections, but they're going to say some things to counter. I'm not sure that's possible. I'm not sure that's true. I'm not sure that I can do that or my team can do that. They're going to say something that's going to counter what you're saying. And this is important because when this happens, follow me. At this point, we've got to be ready to have a conversation. Somebody say, well, Shay, I don't think anybody can be a successful CEO. Heck, most folks don't even know what a successful CEO is. They don't even know what a successful CEO is. Do you know what I had to do at that point? I had to come back and I had to say, well, if they don't know what a successful CEO is, then I've got to tell them what a successful CEO is. I got to define what a successful CEO is. And so you might be in that same position right now. When someone comes back to you and they counter you, what are you going to say? What's going to be your response? Now, if you don't know right now, you're thinking, I don't know, Shay, I've got to think through it. Let me give you one way that you can build your uniqueness, one way that you can step out of the box, one way that you can stand out. And one of the things that I did is called your methodology. This is very important. It's called your methodology. And in your methodology, you can start letting them know. Let's say it's Eric Heilig who was watching earlier. What's up, Deborah Grimes? And he could say, look, we've got a vision. We have a vision. That's one positioning statement. I'm talking positioning statements on this call, but positioning statement that you can start using. So for me, when it was me, I said, well, you have a vision for the people you were called to serve. And then I said, there's a problem. Remember, we talked about what problem do you solve? The problem is you don't have the resources. Now, we talked about this earlier. This is not new. This is exactly where we were earlier when you and I got together and we started talking about all the things that they could do. And then I started going out there and saying, well, you've got this problem and I can help you if you will let me. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Now, then I said, let me introduce you to the 4S formula. So I started introducing them to a methodology that is unique and different to me. You might say, Shay, why is that important? Because when we were talking earlier, we were talking about the 7-step formula to close deals by 50%. And I said, we got to know who to serve. We got to know what problems they are. And I started walking you down this part because I knew that we were going to get to the part where we are now, which is now you got to tell them how you're unique. And one of the ways to share what you're unique is to share your methodology, your signature selling style or your signature style or whatever it may be. So I said, well, tell you what, we've got it on the sales side. We got that stuff wired, right? We got a signature selling style. We got neuro-linguistic sales. We got buyers profiling. I mean, we got a 7-figure sales team. So we built this methodology, but who do I serve? CEO leaders. CEO leaders. What are they struggling with, Shay? What are they struggling? Now, we're going to do the same for you. I don't know what your story is. I don't know what the story is. And I said, well, they don't have resources. They don't have resources. Okay. So that's going to stop them. They're going to immediately say, yeah, Shay, I got a vision too, but I don't have the resources. Okay. So then I said, well, how am I going to solve the problem? Now, you and I, this is not new. This is not new. If you just came on here, you just got here. But we talked about this earlier. What is the prevailing wisdom that's in their mind right now? See, when you're using copy, the most important thing you can do, and this is probably a $50,000 idea. I should probably write down $50,000 idea. But the $50,000 idea is when you're writing a copy, you're speaking to what they're thinking, not what they're saying. Let me say that again. You're speaking to what they're thinking, the thoughts that are in their head, not to what they're saying. And by doing so, you're speaking to their subconscious mind. Now, this is different. This is different. This is different. So I said, okay, you have a vision. I got a vision, but you have a vision. And I believe you, if you ever watch the Happy Entrepreneur show, I always start off with that way because I want them to know you've got a vision, and this show is here to help give you the what? Resources. That's the problem. And for those that are part of the CEO Hub or CEO Desk, that's the whole purpose of that thing, is to be a resource for CEOs. So you can be an entrepreneur, but I believe there's another level above being an entrepreneur. And that level above being an entrepreneur, make sure I got this right, y'all can see it. Yeah, that other level above being an entrepreneur is to be a successful CEO. So I said, I'll tell you what, let me give you the 4S formula. I said the 4S formula is something that I don't have a fancy name. It's not the ABC. It's just the 4S formula. Now, I'll change that name shortly. But for now, it's the 4S formula. And I said, my core belief, remember, we got to counter what they're thinking. I said, so systems beat goals every single time. That's what I'm trying to get you to get focused on right now. I'm giving you the system. The system. Everyone jot this down in your notes. Systems beat goals every single time. Someone put that right below the video. Take a picture of this if you want. But put this below the video. Systems beat goals every single time because systems are duplicatable. Systems are repeatable. So I'm only focused on your copywriting systems, and I'm focusing on your funnel systems, and I'm hanging my hat that's going to be on your sales side, right? So I've got systems. I got copywriting. That's a system. Funnel is a system. So I said you need systems. What are the 2 systems you need to have an online store? Now, we're going to do the same for you. We're going to break it down. Less is more. And then we kind of move from there. And I said, well, let's give them the 4S formula. Let's start teaching S plus S plus S equals S. For those that have been through this philosophy, you already know that I believe that systems plus strategy plus sales equals bingo, successful CEO. I call them CEO leaders, but CEO leaders want to be successful CEOs. Happy entrepreneurs want to be happy. You can be broke and happy. You can be in love and be happy. There's nothing wrong with that. I love being a happy entrepreneur, but that is a personal thing. That's personal. A successful CEO is when you're running an enterprise. You're in charge of operations. You're in charge of a budget. You're in charge of a team. You've got responsibilities over and beyond that. So you are a CEO by definition. You're a chief executive officer. So I said to myself, wait a minute. Slow that thing down, Shay. Break that thing down. Systems plus strategy plus sales equals a successful CEO. Holla at your boy. Yeah. Well, Shay, what are systems? So now I'm defining it. What makes you unique? What might stop them from having success? I said systems. I'm only going back to the questions. And this is why I'm looking forward to meeting every one of you. I'm looking forward to next week. Some of you probably as early as tomorrow, having a phone call and having a session where we can break it down for you. But I said, wait. What is a system? It was a detailed method. Systems are duplicatable. Systems are something you can hand to someone else. Systems beat goals every single time. Goals are always in the future. The system is what we're working towards to get to the goal. I run 5 marathons, not about running 5 marathons, but I don't wake up one day and say, let me go run 26.2 miles. No, your body ain't built to go over 18 miles, to be honest with you. I said, no. What if I start off and have a system to run 3? Then have a system to increase that to 5, and then a system to increase that to 10. Before it's 10, then it's 18. Then 18 is 20, and 20 is 26. See, that's how your life is. So I said, let's tell them what a system is. Copywriting systems. That's what I'm breaking down for you now. Funnel systems. That's what I'm breaking down for you now. You do those two. You have an online store. You have a digital agency that's bringing in digital revenue. But I said, what's the strategy? A strategy is how we're going to apply it. It's the how-to. That's what I'm breaking down right now. Here's how to do it. I'm giving you the 7-step formula. Some of you've done this before, and some of you haven't done it in a while. Not from a sales view. Remember, I see the world through a sales lens. Let me tell you why. Then what is sales? Sales provides you the resource, hence the CEO Resource Hub. I think we have that in our mission statement for CEO Desk to be the #1 resource hub, providing tools, training, and talent. That's people for every entrepreneur. Nothing fancy about that. But I was only thinking about what might stop them from success. Sales, no. Revenue, no. Resources, yes. So we'll hang our hat on without sales, there is no revenue. And without revenue, I can't purchase the resources. And without resources, I can't have my freedom. I can't have my time. I can't live my life. I can't support my vision. No. So it's not about sales, although we mentioned sales. It's really about the revenue that really helps them purchase the resource. So that's the sales logical argument. I had a huge conversation with someone. I mean, these are very challenging times. They really are. And I probably spent more time on the phone over the last 6 weeks than I probably have the last, I don't know, at least 2 years maybe. And I'm talking about one-on-one conversations. I'm talking about just conversations with folks. Just like I'm going to have many conversations with you. And I love that because I'm so close. I'm still in the field. I've got my sleeves rolled up. I'm still in the trenches. And I got down with this person and we created this methodology. And we talked about it, answering these questions. And it brought so much clarity. Someone jot this in your notes. I should write this down. People by clarity. People by clarity. I should call this the clarity formula. Oh, let's change that right now. Let's change that right now. Let's do that right now. See? The 7-step, I'm going to change that right now. Thank you for helping me, by the way. I got on a rant. Clarity. Client clarity formula. Look at that. It even has almost triple alliteration. The client clarity formula to close deals. Look at that. I like that. I'm going to highlight that. Sorry about that, guys. I know this has nothing to do with you at all, but I just got clarity myself. Having this conversation with you remind me of a conversation I had with a guy just this week. Let's just put this here. Let's make sure. There we go. Let's bold that. Let's keep that. Let's not lose this. Sorry about that. Let's save this right now. And this is what I want to do for you, by the way. This is like real time. This is not part of the program. But anyway, the good news is you're here and I'm here. Okay. We're all learning together. Tomorrow I'm gonna build a sales page. I'm gonna type it out like this, and we're gonna do a sales page together. I mean, you guys can all do your funnel sales page tomorrow for me, by the way. Everyone that texts me in, we can hang out. We can do a sales page together, and you can write to us while I'm writing mine. It'll be done in no time. Okay. Here we go. Okay, now back to over here. So I said people are doing all these things for one reason and one reason only, is they want to be a successful CEO. That's where we started. We started off with the 4S formula, systems plus strategy plus sales equals a successful CEO. Someone write that right below the video. Put that right below the video right now. Systems plus strategy plus sales equals a successful CEO. Okay, so what is a system? We talked about it. What is a strategy? We talked about it. What are sales? We talked about it. Now, what is a successful CEO? Now, when I answered that question, I didn't just answer that question in the dark. I wasn't by myself. I started thinking about this. When you tell people, what are they going to say to counter you? And they're going to be like, CEO, what is that? What is a CEO leader? Why the CEO desk? Well, because from your desk to others, you make decisions right at your CEO desk. That's where the decisions are made, whether the CEO desk is your laptop or the CEO desk is your phone or the CEO desk is what I'm here right now. So I said, well, I got to tell them what it means to be successful. I've got to define that. See, jot this in your notes. You define the conversation. The conversation doesn't define you. Let me write that down. That's one of my brother's favorite sayings. You define the conversation. The conversation does not define you. So we're defining the conversation right now. Oh, I need one more. We're defining the conversation. You define the conversation. The conversation doesn't define you. So let me tell you what I mean by that. Let me tell you why I think that's so important. Because I had to say a successful CEO is a person with more cash flow. How many want more cash flow? Say me, right? Me. How many want more cash flow? Say me. No matter where you are, say me. Systems beat strategy plus sales equals a successful CEO. More cash flow, more profits, and freedom. I'm done. I'm writing this out. Some of you have met with me. Remember when I was talking about this 6, 7, 8 months ago? It was just an idea, just a thought. It was just a belief that I had. But the more I told myself this, and some of you who work with me on a daily basis, every single morning when I get up, I tell myself systems plus strategy plus sales equals a successful CEO. I say this every single morning without fail. And I have several hundred people who send me a message every single morning without fail saying systems plus strategy plus sales equals a successful CEO until it's in our DNA. Now, I want you to get this. I want you to hear where my heart is right now, because when you have this, when you know this, then you can make that declaration that you are a successful CEO. See, that's why we have CEO desk. It's for successful CEOs who are making decisions to change the world. Do me a favor, and then I'm going to move on. Do me a favor. Look right below the video right now, Lene. I see you, Latanya. I see you, Tashika. I see you all out there right now. Write these words. I am a successful CEO. Hashtag CEO desk. Just put, I am a successful CEO. So you know why you're one? Because you're using systems. They beat goals every single time. So you put, I am a successful CEO, hashtag CEO desk. I want you to put that down right now, because you are successful, more cash flow, more profits, and you want more freedom. This is why you get up every single day. You get up every single day to solve a problem. And that's all we're doing right now. We're going through the 7-step client formula. I came up with 7. I like client formula. Go ahead. I'm getting kind of geeky over here. I got to stop geeking out. Because I got a new title. I love it. Oh my gosh. It's so cool when this comes together. So this right here is important. Number 8 is the bonus. Number 7, what might stop them from success? That's the $1 million question right here. What, can you guys see that? What, do I got to write it down? Okay, I'll write it down. Let me go write it down. Can I make it bigger? There you go. What might stop them from success? My thing was resources. Obiama's out there right now. What might stop them from success? Could be several things. But oh, okay, I gotta write it down. Okay, so I can have it for the notes. Okay, got it. No worries. Okay, so everyone write down now. What might stop, and I want you to write this in your notes, stop them from success? Should be having success. What might stop them from having success? Now, This is very important. And for those out there right now, as you're thinking about this, you're like, you know what, Shay? This makes so much sense. This makes it so much easier for me. I mean, why, gosh, why didn't someone just tell me this when I'm putting together my product and my offer? Will you take a look at my product, Shay? Yes. Will you take a look at what I'm doing and offer some recommendations? Yes. Will you suggest to me? Yes. The answer is yes. I want to help every single one of you. I'm on a mission. My mission is help you, every single one of you, so you can all be what I know you already are, which are successful CEOs. So as you're out there watching right now, I'm going to give you something real quick. But you're out there watching, I want you to go ahead, I want you to look right below the video. I'm sorry. I want to do a one-on-one session with you, and I want to customize this training that we're doing just for you, for where you are in your business, for where you are in your life right now. Even if you don't have any clue, you're like, this is like, it would take me forever to answer these 8 questions. Let's just have the conversation. Let me personalize this for you. Let me take you on a journey that's going to help you move faster with less stress. And there's no cost, there's no charge, no cash app needed. You just got to bring yourself and your heart. That's all I ask for. Text the word CEO. That goes directly to me. It goes right to my personal number. And you text the word CEO if you're listening to 202-270-1662. Again, 202-270-1662. Once you text the word CEO, you're going to get your funnel review. You're going to get a copy of your sales copy reviewed. And then I'm also going to have a revenue session with you to help infuse cash flow, to infuse resources into your business. But you have to take action. Now, worst case scenario is you text me and you just get the notes. And you say, hey, Shay, I don't need to meet with you. That's cool. But you must include your first name. You must include your last name. And you must include your best contact number. And then we're going to write your sales page. We're going to together. I'm gonna do it here. If you hang out, I'm gonna walk you through the components right here. And then for some of you, I'm gonna invite you tomorrow. I'm gonna sit down and I'm going to literally write the CEO desk page. And while I'm writing the page, I'm going to show you the components today. I'm going to show you what goes into them. I'm going to do it tomorrow. And then some of you tomorrow, I'm going to give somebody a chance to call me. Well, you can Skype me, I guess, or send me or write online, and I'll bring you in. And maybe we'll work on it together if you're comfortable. Like, if you text me, you're like, yeah, I got my page, Shay, but it's not converting. I have a sales page, but no one's buying. Shay, my sales funnel is not together. Now, I know there's many different components to a sales funnel, but even if you haven't even designed a page, we're going to create one for you, and you're going to have it right there. Now, you got to go get somebody to design it and install it, but that's the easy part. Once you have the language, remember I said there's only 2 things you need to have a digital sales solution, an online store. You need great copywriting, and you need a great sales funnel. Now, I didn't get into all the individual pieces of the funnel right now on this one. I think I'll do a bonus one tomorrow. But I'm just trying to give you the fundamentals, because most folks, if they just get this part right here, this is where I spend most of my time on. And I've got time right now. We're in uncertain times. The world has changed. And one thing I know about all successful people have one thing in common. You know the one thing that all successful people, you, me, everyone is watching online, everyone is making comments right below, we all have one common belief. And that one common belief we have is that we all can get better. That's the common belief we all have, is that we all can get better. So we created a whole CEO community just for that purpose, for us all to get better together. That's it. That's all I mean to exist, to be a resource hub. And so I'm excited. So what do? Text the word CEO to 202-270-1662. Do it when? Now. Do it when? Now. It is 9 o'clock time. You'll get your funnel review. If you don't have one, we got to create one. You'll get your copy review. You send off a text. You're doing a webinar. Some of you are doing conference calls. Some of you are writing emails. Some of you are writing proposals. You're writing or saying something to somebody, no matter who you are. And then you'll get the notes. That may be all you need. That's all you need. And I'm excited to do that. Okay. Now, back to our regularly scheduled time here that we are right here, which I'm really super excited. And so now we've kind of gone through the big 8, which is like it's like on top of the world. Like it's rocking. Like you're feeling me now. You're like, Shay, I'm smelling what you're cooking in the kitchen. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Well, let me make sure that I remind you of a few common things that I think are important. Number one, that if you don't want to sell, the best thing you can do is hire someone who does, right? Is hire a team to do that. And we are a team to do that. For some of you to text in, you're like, I don't even want to sell anything. I ain't trying to sell. I don't even want to be bothered with it. I just want to hand the reins over to a sales team and let them do the lead generation. Let them make the phone calls. Let them send the text messages. Let them make sure the emails go out. And then let them qualify all these people that I don't want to talk to nobody that's not qualified. Let them handle that. Even let them close the deal. In some cases, let them be my automated bot. So when someone goes to my sales page and someone has to talk to them then my sales team handles that. Yeah. If you don't want to sell, then the best thing you can do is hire someone who does. If you don't want to sell, the best thing you can do is hire someone who does. That's why you are a hashtag. That's why you are a successful CEO. That's the importance of it. That's the message of it. That's where we're going. So I want you to remember this real quick as we go, is that selling equals service. Selling equals service. Selling equals service. Jot that down, you know, selling equals what? Service. The biggest challenge when I'm working with folks, a number of folks, is, oh my gosh, I got to sell something. Well, yeah, you got to sell something. Because the one thing about revenue, it shows up in your service. So you look at your bank account, and as you look at your bank account, you ask yourself, the fact, is service showing up? And I'm going to share with you right now. And I think this is very, very important. So don't miss this point. As a matter of fact, it's so important. I want you to jot this down in your notes. Write down selling equals service. Put that in your notes right now. Selling equals now I want you to tell yourself this 7 times a day for the next 7 days. When you tell yourself this 7 times a day for the next 7 days, that selling equals service. Selling equals service. Selling equals what? Service. And we're going to serve, and then we're going to sell. We're going to serve, and then we're going to sell. Now, Shay, can you connect that to the point you're trying to make? Why do I got to say that 7 times a day? Maybe you've had this experience. Maybe you've been driving in your car. And all of a sudden you started singing along with the words of your favorite song on the radio. My girl. Now, here's the question. When did you ever decide that you were going to learn the words to the song? The answer is you never did. And that's what's going to happen here. You're going to be telling yourself this over and over and over again, that selling equals service, selling equals service, selling equals service. And you're going to wake up in the morning and be telling yourself, you know what? Selling equals service. And it will equal service for you. And that is where the magic is. That is where it takes place, because selling does equal service. Now, the reason I bring that point up, the reason I want you to hold that thought, is because right now, when you look at your bank account, and if your bank account doesn't reflect how good you are, then we got to look at the service. If your bank account doesn't reflect how you want to serve, we got to look at your service. See, selling is just a process by which we exchange value for value. So if you're not selling, you're not serving. I'm going to say that again. If you're not selling, you're not serving. So imagine my son. My son loves to drive, by the way. He was a young kid. He's now, my 2 sons are adult children. I have a nephew who's dying to get his, I thought he had his license. He's dying to get his license. But for where we are in the world now with social distancing, he's got to wait till the DMV opens up, the Department of Motor Vehicles, to go get his license. But you remember what it was like when you had your son, a niece, or nephew, or friend, or you got that car and you got to drive that car. And when you drive that car, you go and have as much fun as you possibly can, right? And then once you have as much fun as you possibly can, when you come back, there's no gas. And when you serve without selling, it's like bringing the car back with no gas in it. That don't sound good, do it? Mm-mm. No, it don't sound good at all, do it? Nope. Here's what I want you to write in your notes. Cars run on gas. Business runs on revenue. Shay, why do you keep talking about revenue? Let me say it again. Jot this down in your notes. Cars run on gas. Business runs on revenue. I'm going to say that one more time, and I want you to hear me. Cars run on what? And business runs on what? Revenue. That's right. So when you bring your car back on empty, someone has to fill it up. And isn't that the same thing with service? You got to fill it up. See, I want you to hear me. Marketing is so sexy, but selling is service. And you do need marketing, and you do need to be sexy. Let me look at that slides now. Someone sent me a note and said, Shay, those are different slides you got. They got 5 text messages while I'm up here. I'm saying that's because I like to change things up, right? But here's what I know. Selling is service. Selling is service. Selling is what? Service. You see, branding helps your business. Hear me out on this one. Marketing helps your business. Sales keeps you in business. For someone that agrees with me that selling keeps you in business, do me a favor. Look right below the video and say, yes. You ain't got to say anything else. Just put yes. Selling keeps me in business. And so while it's important to have branding, while it's important to have marketing, the way to stay in business, because cars run on gas and you now know that business runs on sales, is to make sure that we have a client winning sales funnel. And this couldn't be so much more important based on where we're going and where we come with. Shay, break that thing down one more time for me. Just give me the home run. Give me the point. Give me the essence. Because some of you I'm going to be meeting with. Some of you I'm going to be having a one-on-one with. Some of you I'm going to be writing this for you. Some of you are going to be reviewing your sales copy. Jake, break it down for me. Then get back and talk about this sales page because I need a sales page. And I want to be there tomorrow with you. I want you here with me tomorrow. Because we're going to get down with the get down. No, we really are. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun, everyone. See, without sales, you will always have more going out than you have coming in. Now, hopefully somebody hit the share button already. If you haven't hit the share button, make sure you hit that share button. Make sure you hit that watch party button. Pay this forward to another entrepreneur. Pay this forward to another successful CEO. Pay this message forward. Be a resource for someone else right now. Without sales, you will always have more going out than you have coming in. Let me say that again. Hear me. Without sales, you will always have more going out than you have coming in. I'm going to say it one more time, and I want you to hear me like you've never heard me before, and I want you to tune in like you've never tuned in before. And if this speaks to you, then this is your time. This is your time. Without sales, you will always have more going out than coming in. Now, I want you to think about it. When you look at your business right now, do you have more going out than you have coming in right now? Is that something that's for you has been a problem, has been a challenge? Because the one thing I know is that sales will solve any business problem. So whatever problem you have right now, you can solve that with sales. And it's going to take the copy, yes. It's going to take the sales, yes. And as I get ready to go into part number 3, for some of you out there that do agree to selling equals service, and you're just tuning in like, you know what, Shay, I was thinking about it was time for me to meet with you, and it certainly was a consideration, but I hadn't taken that step yet. Let me give you the number, because this is your year, this is your time, and we're going to get it right. I think in all this is going on right now, and there's so much going on in the world. But I think God has given us all one gift. He's given us one gift. And he's given us all the gift of time. And so we have time now to step back and work on our business. We have time now to review our business. We have time now to look at our copy, and those are the words we're using, so our copywriting systems to see if it's in harmony with who we are and who we represent. And so if we have time to do that, then to me, it makes a lot of sense right now in this present moment to make sure that we focus on that. And then we also have time to fix our funnels so that our funnels will actually convert, because I believe they will convert. I believe that is something that can happen. Does it have to happen overnight? No. Is it something that we all can do? Yeah. And we're going to do it. So let me give you a number right now. I think they're going to show you a number one more time. And then I'm going to help you write the page, and then we'll be done. I mean, we're coming down the home stretch. It's been so much fun. I love hanging out with you guys. It's a lot of fun. Is that it? That's not what I'm looking for. Selling equals service. No, I'm looking for this right here. There we go. So if you're out there right now and you're listening in, you're like, wow, Shay, this has been good. I want to stay in this conversation over and beyond today, Shay. That's really what I want to stay in this conversation over and beyond today. Then you can text the word CEO, text the word CEO, text the word CEO to 202 270 1662. Again, 202 270 1662. Once you text the word CEO to that number, then make sure you put your first name, your last name, your best contact number, and your email, and my team. I will call you directly myself. So you and I, we're going to be in this together. We're going to review your copy. We're going to review your funnel. We're going to review your copywriting systems. There's going to be no charge. There's no charge. There's no cost. There's no catch. You got to include your first name. You got to include your last name. You got to include your best contact information so we can make sure we have it. Because if we don't have your contact information, then it's going to be kind of hard to help you out, right? And what should you do when you show up? You should bring your toughest sales challenge with you. Bring your toughest funnel challenge with you. If you don't know when you show up, you'll be like, well, Shay, I just don't know what I don't know. And that's fine. Some people show up and they say, Shay, I just want to tell you what's going on. I'm already working with a coach. Cool. No worries. Shay, I'm already in this program or that program. That's not me. I should be coming here. Here we go. That's cool. No worries. No problem. But here's what I do promise you, that once you and I finish and we have that one conversation, my promise is that you're going to walk away with copy that you can use. You're going to walk away with a product that's going to connect, and you're going to walk away with a sales page that's going to convert. It was one of the promises we made, and it's a promise that we're going to keep. And so, there we go. So we started early. We talked about how we created a client-winning sales funnel in one day, which is what I'm walking you through now, with this 3-step system without losing 8 hours of sleep or throwing our laptop out the window or having to max out our credit cards. So we've been chatting about how to attract thousands of hot prospects within 30 days. And some of us, I'm going to have that conversation with you. I'm looking forward to it. We also talked through the proven 7-step formula to close deals by 50% in 30 days without feeling like a sleazy car salesman. If you missed those notes, for those that text the word CEO, you got to text the word CEO, by the way, to 202-270-1662. We're going to customize that for you. Now I'm going to spend a few minutes what I believe is true. And I believe is true is that if you can order pizza, you can drive 20% more traffic to your sales page with 50% more conversions with just this 3-step formula. And don't forget, some of you text me and you're not putting your name. Don't forget to put your first name, your last name, and your best contact number and email so we can send you the notes. Some of you just want the notes. And that's cool. No worries there. We got you covered. We got you covered 100%. With this 3-step formula that will have customers really begging, and I like the word begging because I think that's so true, begging really to take your money. And for some of you, right now, you're experiencing the direct opposite. You're out there chasing them down instead of them chasing you. And I want you to think about how that's going to feel in just a moment. Now let me pull it up. Let me get back over here. Let me pull that up for you now. And then let's go ahead and walk through this formula because this is like really powerful stuff. Sometimes as we're talking, I always wish I had so much more time. I love spending this time with you. And we're not going anywhere. We are committed to making sure that you have everything you need in order for you to be what? Successful. And we are committed to that. But now I got to pull it up because I don't know where it just went. It just went somewhere, but don't worry. I'm going to find it. All right, here we go. All right, good. Oh, good. I got it up here already. So this is really good. Okay, here we go. I couldn't find. I want to show you guys some stuff, so I don't do as much writing. I don't mind writing. It's kind of fun. All right, here we're going to go. Now we're going to go over the 3-step formula. There it is. I couldn't find it. 3-step formula that we're going to go over right now. And for those folks that are out there, I want you to jot this down in your notes because we talked about selling equals service. And now I want you to jot in your notes. Oops, wrong one. The 3-step formula. I can come up with a better name than that. To writing copy. This is, I'm going to say sales page. I got to come up with a name there. I'll put a name there. Okay. It's kind of bugging me now. Should do that before. Okay. So when you write a sales page, there's a couple things I like to look at, and I want to walk you through the steps, and then tomorrow for those folks that show up, that text in the CEO, I'm gonna do it live, and I'm gonna have somebody, maybe you'll write your page and you'll put it down, and then you'll write your page, and it'll be pretty cool. So I like to do a couple things. Let's do the headline. I have some examples tomorrow. The purpose of the headline is to draw them in. Now, my mentor, when he taught me this, he said something to me that stuck with me 15 years. And if something stayed with you for 15 years, you know it's important. And he said, the headline is the most important piece of the copy, or at least the sales page that you will write. You are guaranteed in the 14 seconds that they're going to look at whatever you're sending them, that they're going to at least read the copy, the headline. Think about when you open up your cell phone and you go read what's in the cell phone. You typically read the copy. You read the headline. There are two people at the New York Times. My understanding is they both make $150,000 each. In today's time, $150,000 is decent money, even living in New York. It's not an exuberant amount of money, not for New York, not for where we are in today's economy, but it's a good amount of change. And so $150,000, and they've got one job. And their one job is to write copy all day long. I'm sorry, write headlines all day long. So all they do all day long is write headlines. That's all they do. Now I want you to imagine that's all they do is write headlines. So for where you are right now, we've got to write a headline to draw them in. Now I'm gonna go over some examples tomorrow of headlines. I'll give you some templates that I've had that have been shared that I've used. And some of you might only be here now because of the headline. Client winning sales funnels in one day with a 3-step formula. And really, that's really all you. I mean, you didn't read anything else. You said how we created a client winning sales funnel in one day using this 3-step system. And you're like, I don't know if it's true or not, but let's see what he got. And so I want to take a look when we meet with a number of you. I just want to focus on what the headline of your email is, what the headline of your text message is. That's it. Now, as you can see, or maybe you can't see yet, but you will be able to see. As you can see, we can spend a whole weekend on this because it's all here. It really is. I want to go through some of the key parts, and then tomorrow I think I'm going to break it down and have a part 2. I want you to have the headline, draw them in. Now, after you do the headline, let me give you the second most important piece that I believe in the opening. And that is this. Point number 2, make sure there is a problem. Now, even when you send your email out, this is very, very, very important. And I'm seeing for some folks that they're not stating what the problem is after they do the email. I mean, after they write the headline. And if I was just having fun right now, and am I going to try to have fun? If I was having fun right now and I did some research, let's say, and I was trying to find good headlines, and let's just say I went to, can I open up a browser while I'm on here? Just see if I open a browser. And some of you might text in tomorrow and let me work on your website real time. So let's say I went to a site that does affiliates, and ClickBank, home. Where is this at? Promote, ClickBank. I can't find it. Home. Well, I can't find it. I thought it was ClickBank. Maybe it's not. Hold on. Let me see. Anyway, if I went to a site, I don't want to post someone's site up without just, and then they're gonna get mad at me. Let me click here. All right, I can't pull it up right now. I don't know why I can't pull it up, but I was trying to pull up a site while I was on here with you guys, and that's probably not going to work too well. Not right now. So underneath the headline, I want to clearly state what the problem is, and we'll talk about sections and stuff tomorrow, and how to make a headline and a sub-headline. But I want to state what the problem is. So after I created the headline to draw them in, I might say one of the problems facing entrepreneurs today is how do I truly get conversions online? How do I truly make digital sales and I don't touch it? How do I truly reduce my labor doing this a different way? And if you think about that, that's probably one of the fastest, easiest ways to kind of do that. And so some people, they forget that part, which is the problem. And then the third thing I like to do up top, and this is even in the email, you can do this, depending on what type of email you're writing. But I think it's so important. Is you've got to offer the solution. And then with the solution, you got to say, what's Now you're not selling anything. You just simply say, hey, look, I've got a way to help solve this problem. I'm having a master class. I'm having a mastermind. Uh-oh. What's unique about your solution? And then after that, the last key part, that's one getting the time I have. I know you guys appreciate this time to go ahead. Is I've got to do why does it matter? Why does it matter? So, that's not gonna be clear to these guys. Let me do this. It's called meaning. Make sure y'all can see it. Meaning. And then under meaning, why does it matter? Why does it matter if you get your sales funnel completed? Well, because you're tired of doing all the work yourself. You don't want to do things that are not generating revenue. Why does it matter? Well, you need some resources in your business. Why does it matter when I was working with someone who helps people find love? Well, because when they find love, they become more productive citizen. They live longer. They have more joy, more fulfillment. So when you put up there, hey, we're going to do something, or hey, there's a problem, you've got to kind of talk about why does it matter? And sometimes I'm seeing that left out in some of the copy that's a part of these funnels. It sounds good. It feels good, grammatically correct, but it doesn't really talk about why does it matter. So we're going to do a part 2. Before we do that, let me go ahead and share 2 things, if I can, 2 things that I think are really important. Then we're done. 2 things. Let me share a bonus. If you're out there right now and you're like, Shay, I love what I heard, or you just tuned in and you missed a lot of stuff. You're like, I got to get it all. I want it all. I want the notes, or I want to have my copy reviewed, my sales funnel reviewed. I want to have my copy reviewed. I want to have a revenue session so I can generate revenue. I just want to pick not your brain, but hear your perspective. And I want to get this thing done. I want to get it done now. It's at least worth having a conversation. Here's what you do. Just text the word CEO to my personal cell phone number. When you text the word CEO to my personal cell phone number, then I'm going to give you a call. We're going to schedule a time to talk. During that talk, the whole conversation is about how do we build your methodology, or how do we build your system, or how do we build your sales funnel, or how do you tweak something that you already got going on out there so you can get a 50% return. You can get a 30% return. It's possible. And I can help you become a much more effective copywriting system and a sales funnel by just having a conversation. The reason I'm willing to do that is I know now the help is needed more than ever. Worst case scenario, we spend 20 minutes together and you feel it's a waste of your time. So we end in 10 minutes. No worries. Best case scenario, we get together. I share one idea. You implement that one idea and you generate revenue to purchase resources for the rest of your life. So there's a lifetime benefit of just that one meeting. Text the word CEO, if that's you, to 202-270-1662. Text it right from your cell phone. It goes to my cell phone. Include your first name, include your last name, include your best mobile number and your email, and we'll get together. We'll have the conversation. With that being said, I want you to know that you're amazing. I want you to hit the share button. If you hit the share button just one time and share this message to your network. Share this message to a private Facebook group. Share this message to another business page. Share this message on your page. Let's help another entrepreneur on this journey of life, because there's enough for all of us. And we believe in the giver's economy. The person outgives the competition, out-earns the competition. The person outgives the competition, out-earns the competition. So with that being said, I want you to know that you're amazing. I want you to know that you're incredible. And I want you to know that I believe for you, the best is still yet to come. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Be on the lookout. Your email, or some of your texts. So we're going to do something tomorrow. And I'm going to solely work on writing and completing the sales page. It's going to be amazing. And we're going to go section by section by section. I think there's 3 sections. So we're going to go section by section. And you can bring your notes, bring your coffee and tea, and we're going to work together, and we're going to write it together. We're going to create a breakthrough together. I want you to know that I believe in you. If you haven't already connected with us, make sure you open up Facebook browser. Do me a favor. If you got some good content out here, share what you enjoy most. And then go type in the search bar, just type in CEO Desk. Just put CEO Desk. And as soon as you do that, you'll see copywriting, funnel mastery, and you'll see CEO Desk private group. Come on over. We invite you to come on over. And it's a place where it's the #1 resource hub for CEOs that provides tools, training, and the talent. That's the resources to do the work that you need right now to be successful. So with that being said, thanks for joining. Thanks for tuning in. Do me a favor. Leave your big takeaway. Like, take a moment, look right below the video. And if you take just a minute, if you're watching on our Happy Entrepreneur Show page, hit the like button. But take a moment and just put, what was your big takeaway? Like, leave a comment on the page or leave a comment in a group. Just put, my big takeaway was blank. Because your big takeaway could be someone else's big breakthrough. Let me say it again. Your big takeaway could be someone else's big breakthrough. So just share one idea. I love hearing from you. Continue to hit the heart button. Continue to hit the like button. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you again soon. With that being said, my name, I see you out there. Tanya, you still there? Connie, I see you. Obihama's still there. Hey, Andrina. Hey, Cynthia Brown. Tashika, I see you. So many of you out there watching right now. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone, and we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Peace, and I wish you so much success. God bless. Bye-bye for now. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there. And they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win. Yeah.
Thank you, God bless.